me? Am I clear to you? Picture me rolling. Picture me reading. Hear that? Hold on, hold on. We starting early today. We're gonna keep walking in here, walking in the dark. I know y'all can't see me. It's bright as F. The sun is setting. The sun is setting and beginning to get dark. And we were getting ready to leave the park. We had a good time. We had a good day. Packed the stuff up and we was on our way. Yo, Mac and the honeys. Y'all know about that lighter shade of brown? Know about that? Gotta give it up to the Mexican homies. Well, I'm bothering Taco apparently. Let's get in here. It's too bright. All right, y'all. We gotta read this book. Let's get this cracking. I can't be in the sun like that. So I'm in here. Oh, Robo Bear is here. I should have worked on that lighting before him, but nah. I just got off work and my thinking skills are starting to fade quickly. So your girl's been critically thinking for 8 hours. Anywho, come on in the room. Get in here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I kind of like the blue one. Okay, but anyways, it's time. We heading back, kicking it with winter. Okay, we kicking it with winter one time. Reading Sister Soldiers, the coldest winter ever. We on chapter 6. Okay, and um, it's been a lot going on. Now I don't got no updates as far as like what's been going on in the world. Cause I was with my booger this weekend. So I was with the nephew. I was in full auntie mode. So innocent mindset. I had no interaction. I don't know what the fuck is up. So y'all let me know what the fuck is up. Okay. All I know is I was spending mad money and I had to take my ass back to work. Okay. And try to make up some extra money, some of what I spent. So we're gonna get started early. It's just about to be 6 o'clock. So we're gonna get into chapter 6. I should have typed that in the chat, but we in chapter 6. Winter has done the most. She is about that life, okay? Well, not like about that life, but she's like about that life, okay? About that baller life. And let's see, where was we at? Chapter 6. Something that stay calm, of course. Oh man, Santiago, I remember he got locked up. He got locked up. Um, okay, okay, okay. So we're at the part where um Santiago got locked up. Her Winter's mama got shot in the face. Um, she okay. So let's go in order. So after her mom Dukes got shot a couple pages ago. Um, Mom Dukes got shot after she came back from the hospital. Santiago got her a car. Um, Winter, I was about to call her New York. Winter. Oh, let me get my good Q shit on the gram right quick. I like the little stars. Stars is my favorite shape. And unicorns. I like stars and unicorns. And I like Valentine's. I don't care about none of that. I like Valentine's. So she got blasted. Okay, Mom Dukes got blasted. Santiago bought her a Mercedes, a red Mercedes. And girl, let me tell you how petty Winter is. While her mom Dukes is all fucked up because she got blasted, it was meant for her nigga, but she's like, she's ride or die, right? She got blasted. So while she's talking to her daughter about what's going on, Winter is thinking about how to get in her car. And it's like, bitch, your mama just got shot. How the fuck are you thinking about how you can get the keys to your mom's car? Bet, in her defense, being 16 and trying to be a hot ass, I understand that mindset, but it's because of her environment, how she grew up, how she, you know what I'm saying? She was around that, gotta floss on these niggas, gotta whoopie whoop, right? But she just doesn't understand. And I don't think that was really instilled in her because Santiago spoiled the fuck out of her mom. Like so much so that that's all her mama could think. And for that particular type of lifestyle, you're gonna be like, when you like really doing it and you around niggas that's doing it, you gonna be like on some paid in full type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna be on some like showing out and flossing and all that shit that young niggas do. But she didn't have that, you know, she just didn't have that proper influence. So anyway, moving forward, so she done girl weasel her way into her mama's car because her birthday was coming up. And let me tell you how ill she is. Like all the game her dad gives her, I mean, she I guess she basically moves the way her father does, just with more resources. But like even to the point where she was talking about telling her mom, "Oh, I saw this ill leather outfit in Nordstrom's. I think you gonna look cute in that." Like, bitch, your mom just got blasted in the face. She's not thinking about no motherfucking outfit and no, But bitch, when she got the car, who had the red outfit on though? Winter. Like, girl, like hella fucked up. Like, I just feel like that's just grimy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. I really feel like it's grimy. And I think it's like petty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be more stars. So that's what I'm trying to get out of it. I don't want it on my face like that. I just want the stars. But anyway, I'm on the gram too. Y'all niggas in the gram need to come on over to YouTube and watch my motherfucking show because y'all be petty. But anyway, and make sure when you come over here with your petty motherfucking asses, you hit that like, you come over and subscribe. Or how about this? Do me one better. Just go buy the book and support Sister Souljah and get off your phone and read unless you listening to me. Okay. Because I'm reading. Now, mind you, Santiago told her, do not go to Brooklyn. But she weaseled her way into she done because her dad was telling her, like, I want you to square up. Like, I put you in this life. I've been in this lifestyle, but I made these moves so you could be fucking iller than me. You know what I'm saying? And she just was not hearing it. She just was not the seriousness of what he was saying to her was not penetrating at the time. So he was telling her like, look at the neighborhood that we're in. I need you to get one of them boys who's about to be an architect or a doctor. Like, don't be getting no motherfucking drug dealers and shit like that. And of course, we hard headed as fuck because we just don't understand. Like, because once you're enamored by the things that's going on around you, you know what I'm saying? But there was really no one showing her yet the benefits of that. But we gonna see, how she does with that type of. She's just very manipulative and she's very deceitful. So, and that's just the truth. But that's what she's raised around. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just mass spoiled, like real spoiled. But she's like almost like hood radish. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to verbalize right now. Anyway, because I'm trying to catch all up. So, boom. So she ended up meeting up with her girl, Natalie, and this dude from around the way, Bullet, and another dude. What's that dude? Other dude's name? Well, she pulled up in her mama's Mercedes. They got them a room at the Holiday Inn. No, they went to the Marriott. Okay. It was real bossed up, real flamboyant. Okay, they had the jacuzzi, the whole nine. It was sweet. Mind you, this girl turning 17 though. So it's a whole like sex scene and whatnot. Okay. And then she ends up going back home. When she goes back home, she's in the bushes trying to change her clothes and shit because she was too hot to trot when she was out kicking it with them Brooklyn niggas. And it's like, didn't Santiago tell you to stay out of Brooklyn? But she was like, she didn't go to Brooklyn. I'll give her that. But it's like you're fucking with niggas from Brooklyn, loudmouth ass fucking Natalie. She's gonna tell everybody the fuck around the way. You know what I'm saying? Not only was she kicking it with Natalie, but I mean you wasn't in Brooklyn, but you kicking it with niggas from Brooklyn and you kicking it with Natalie, she gonna tell everybody. So it's like, bitch. And not only that, they got you on video, bitch, popping bottles and shit with this nigga. So now on the other side of shit, here it is. Like she don't fucking get it. She's Santiago's daughter. You kicking it with some young niggas on the fucking come up, right? You kicking it with niggas on the come up, but now these young niggas got Santiago's daughter on film, butt naked, popping bottles at the Marriott. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's a bad look. You know what I'm saying? Like for him to be ill, kingpin, big baller, shot caller, that's not a good look for Santiago. Plus, his woman just got shot too. And now when she got back in, she finds out that her father got locked up. And her mom came around the corner with the gap, like, who the fuck is this? And that's where she found Winter in the backyard, fucking changing her pantyhose, being a hot ass and shit. And bitch. So she finds out she's all fucked up. Her mom's still kind of jacked up. The house was just fucked up. You know how the feds do. They rip through all your shit, flipping pillows, ripping shit, fucking your whole shit up. You know what I'm saying? Just fucked it up. Then the next day they took all the money, all the shit, like every single little thing. Like I'm like, damn, like niggas didn't have no kind of like backup, like Santiago. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he seemed real smart. So I'm sure he ain't dry. But come to find out, girl, she had $700, girl, in New York already counting the money. Girl, she snuck in her mama room to try to find the money. That lets you know what time she on. You gotta watch bitches like that, I'm telling you. That's why when I move, bitch, I'm ghosting. Period. Like you ain't never seen me before, bitch. Like fine face, whose face? Not my face. You feel me? It's gonna be up. Niggas is gonna be fucked up. And I'm getting a pager, bitch. I'm gonna fall off so ill. It's just gonna fuck people up. They're not even ready. And I'm not even gonna tell you how I'm gonna do it. I'm just saying. So anyway, she's like they took over like $100,000, and back in them early 90 days, that was extra balling. Why this filter got my face hella like bitch? I'm not that light. I don't like the stars no more. It looks different at night. I like the stars though. Ugh, I don't like them hearts and shit. That's funny. So anyway, I think I like this. I don't like this. So let me just take this shit off because I'm playing games. So anyway, girl. So Winter counting up everybody money because she's already plotting. Cause you know how Winter do, mad just plotting on everybody. And she is just on the bullshit. So what ends up happening after that? So the next day, the housekeeper comes and she's just like, bitch, what? And she's like, I'm gonna get you together. Let's see. So I think I just caught y'all up. Yeah, because not New York, but Winter was asking her mom Dukes about how much cops was in the house. Um, looking for the safe because she came in there, broke into her mama's room trying to find the money. Okay. And then $700. That's it, she said, Charlie. I had $950. This girl got more than her mama. Y'all come to YouTube. I like this one. Ting ting. But y'all come over to YouTube, Real Talking Healthy Food. I'm live. You should be able to see it. Click on it, tap in, press like, because right now it's just me and Robobot. So I get y'all tune in later. I'll see you. Peace. Yeah, I have to get off that gram here. I'm gonna share to my IGTV. I like the stars better. I gotta start making cute faces. Like, so they could catch them. Damn, you gotta write a title and everything, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know I don't be really ready with the gram. But I be forgetting how to work it. Oh my goodness. Y'all bring y'all little stupid asses over here. Chapter 6 and 7. So now we about to get into the book. I got y'all all caught up. Okay, we getting her done early. Me and Robo Bear. Okay, Robo Bear stay on deck. I hope y'all like that blonde. Y'all know how I do, looking at my nails, checking my hair all the time. That's what I do, man. So, so I'm catching y'all fools up, and then all I gotta do now is go to the other one for a little second. Girl, I be like totally forgetting how the heck to do this. How do you do the somebody need to help me work this. Okay, so now that I got you all caught up, what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that I got you all caught up, this gone. I'm gonna do this, y'all. You catching me live? Here it is. Hit the like if you just now watching it, and I forgive you for being late for class. I'm usually around 6:30, but your girl, I be tired. Okay, let me go live on the Real Talking Healthy Food one time, and then I'm gonna get into this book. Okay, please forgive me. One day, eventually, I'll be better at the Instagram action. But I swear, I do not be having a clue. Okay, so I got y'all caught up for the Care Bears who is on YouTube. I got y'all caught up from chapter 4 and 5. So now we on chapter 6. So I'm gonna start on the last tail end of chapter 5, which is on 92. Okay, so y'all, winter is a hot mess. So this is the part where we just left off where uh I keep wanting to call her New York. Her name is Winter. They live in New York, okay? Brooklyn to be exact, okay? But this is where the part where how grimy she is though. Where Winter went and broke into her mama's room while she was asleep. Her mama up smoking cigarettes, dumb stress. Face just got blasted. Nigga just got locked up. Okay. And girl try she said um she was looking for the safe. She said, oh, they took that safe too. The fuck? Oh, she said, looking for the safe. It's gone. It's empty. It's gone. She pointed to the closet where the safe door was open and empty. Them bastards had warrants papers and a whole bunch of shit. They said they did. They've been watching us for a long time. Other than the money, did they take anything else? Other than the money, okay. Other than the $150,000 they stole from our safe for evidence, they say, evidence. They probably out shopping with that dough right now. They took the guns. They took plenty of guns. Coke? I asked cautiously. None. Santiago had just came back from his runs. Everything he had was already gone. How much money you got? I was afraid to hear the answer. 750 bucks. That's it, she said dryly. When you used to a lot of money, that ain't shit. Let me tell you, especially when you get it fast. Um, I had $950 myself. That made a total of $1,650, which, based on what we were used to spending, might as well have been $17. Okay, who could we call? My mind went blank. I sat on the floor in her room and my nerves numb neutral. I had no feeling. The ringing of our telephone brought me back to reality. I picked it up. It was my mother's sister's Lori. It was my mother's sister, Aunt Lori, on the line. Where's Santiago? She demanded. Uh, Not having thought of what I would tell people and when to tell them whatever I decided to tell them, I said nothing. Winter, stop playing. Put Santiago on the phone. These motherfuckers came and picked up Stevie up right out of here this morning. I need Santiago to send somebody over here to see what's happening and to bring me some money so we could get him out of here, out of there. Santiago's not here right now, Aunt Lori. Call back in a little while. Mom don't feel well, or I'll call you back. Sorry about what happened. I'll give Santiago the message. Winter, these motherfuckers went crazy out here, arrested everybody. Tell your father somebody gotta come help us out down here. All on the phone, like, boo, girl, you are never be on the phone talking that much, okay? By sundown, it was apparent it was a total wipeout. One by one, women's voices filled with fear, rage, hysteria, called demanding that Santiago rescue their husbands, brothers, sons. They had all been bagged. I contacted Santiago's lawyer, Bob Goldstein. He was already on the case. He told me that right now there was nothing he could do but wait. He had phoned the precinct and verified Santiago's presence. Now he awaited arraignment and placement. Um, he was seeing what the bill looked like, or what the bail looked like, what all the charges were, and what the evidence was like. He told me to come down to the office on Friday to handle the matters and bring my mother. Magdalena did a hell of a job bringing the house back together again. I slid her a 50 spot for the extra work. It killed me to let go of the cash, but I did it just to keep the peace with her. I needed her to watch the kids. Magdalena grabbed the money real quick and held on to it real tight. She should have gave her more than that. She probably would stick around longer. I would at least gave her a bill, and to watch the kids. You feel me? And just give her 50 spots. This bitch should just did extra cleaning than what she normally did. What was it, 82? Like, bitch, what? Okay, so we on chapter 6. Y'all only get a taste on the gram in the Real Care Bears. You gotta watch the rest on Real Talking Healthy Food on YouTube. So I'm just saying, my nose be on fleek on every video. I'm just saying. Monday morning, we all was up early and dressed. There was no doubt that we would support Santiago at his arraignment. We would show these motherfuckers that family sticks together. My mother put the girls in the back of the car and took the passenger seat. As I started back the bins up, I saw flashing lights moving up our driveway. Dang! A cop on the loudspeaker said, "Turn off the ignition." I weighed my options. I wanted the floor, the gas pedal, ram the police, and then pull out to go handle my business. Like, okay, 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 okay. Pause for a second. Pause, pause, pause. Why didn't I don't know if I sound like immature or whatever. I'm gonna come on two angles right quick. I'm already stopping. Listen, your nigga just got locked up. They done took all the dough. Like, why aren't you making moves with the little bit of shit that you got? Like, why wasn't you gone within that hour after the motherfuckers left? Like, for real though. But she didn't have, she had $750. Like, you couldn't call nobody, like there wasn't nobody on deck. Like, you couldn't fucking like, make something up, bitch, like nothing. It was just all the way dry. And then Winter coming into your room asking how much money you got. You should have been Mom Dukes and been like, how much you got, and made that little heifer cough up that $950, bitch. Okay? Like, why you sitting up there treating her like she your partner? That's the thing about this. She don't act like the mom. She act like the friend. And I think she should have just been more Mom Dukes and not her partner, because that's not your partner. That's your daughter, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So she should have made come up off that. Thank you, sis. We need to boom boom. Okay, I got my little girls. Pack y'all motherfucking bags. Bitch, okay, I got this Benz. And we would have had to cross that county line one time. What are you talking about? Until somebody comes off some, and then probably at that point, midnight, somebody would have came through with some extra racks where you can make a move instead of just sitting the fuck around. Like, that's what I just don't get. Like, why we waiting into the morning? Why we sleep while this nigga getting locked? Okay. And then on the other hand, it's like, damn, is she that not like prepared for these types of circumstances, knowing what the fuck her husband does? Like, I don't know. So while you shopping and you getting nails and you doing all of that with your nigga and he's taking care of everything, you ain't putting nothing to the side. Like, what if he got shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess I thought differently. Like, dealing with my ex, like, and all the shit. Like, I'm sorry, you got to jack them niggas for some money and put it to the side for their own good. Because if they get laid down or something or some kind of way, you'll be able to take care of not only yourself, but him too. Like, what if he gets injured? What if he gets hurt? Like, what if he gets locked? Like, what the fuck? He's gonna come back broke and poor? Like, what the? Why aren't you thinking ahead? You're his wife. You're his woman. You know what this nigga do? Like, I don't know. Am I stupid or am I just talking shit? I don't know. That's just how I feel. I don't know. That's your nigga. I just feel like she should have done better. I don't know. She should have done better with the kids and all. So anyway, get out of the car. Everyone stepped out of the car. The police signaled the vehicle behind them. It was a police department tow truck. The officer walked up to my mother and handed her a piece of paper. We are authorized to remove this vehicle, which is now government property. Boom. I'm just saying. Motherfuckers, this is my car. How the hell you gonna come and take my car? Angry tears shot out of my eyes. You don't have the right to take people's shit. I I went buck wild cursing them assholes out. I pushed the car door open, jumped out, and started swinging my fists in the air. Ma'am, calm down, ma'am. Now listen, here's how it works. We're gonna take this car right now. Damn, right here, today, this minute. We're authorized to do so. You go downtown. If you can verify the source of your income and prove you purchased the vehicle, you personally purchased the vehicle, then you can get it back. We hold it for 60 days. If you can't prove it, we sell it at the auction. All merchandise purchased with illegal monies by criminal activity are subject to seizure. I want to say something else there, but I'm not going to incriminate myself. Mama thumbed hysterically through yellow pages trying to locate a cab that would come around our way. It took an hour to strike a deal with some local cabbie to drive into the city. Why would it be so hard? A cab driver would have hella took that ride. I paid $100 to get into the city. Money was going fast. I would have, I don't know, she would have to come off that money. By the time we got to court, we had Miss Santiago. I called the lawyer's office. His secretary said the lawyer must be on his way back to his office. because he was there at the court to present Santiago earlier today. Damn, they court's hella quick. His last name must start with the number one because I don't understand. Hey girl, what's up? I don't understand how that court took was so fast unless they were just I don't know. I hung up the phone without verbally acknowledging her words. It took damn near all day just to get back to our house on public transportation. Oh, they on the bus? Then we had to walk 3 miles to get from the train station to our safety house. Safety house. Tears didn't have no place in this situation. What would Santiago do? I asked myself. He would think, plan, and not panic. All right. It seemed to me that we needed to have one big sale to get rid of all the shit in this house and get some money. I never liked to hear it anyway. We could move back into the city, get an apartment or something. I started pacing around the house, randomly pricing things in my head. This little girl is off the hook. Who would we sell this stuff to? We didn't know anybody around here. We would straight up have to put an ad in the papers, hang up garage sale signs in directions to our house. Let these folks pick over and pay way less they would have normally pay in the store. I found Mama in her room. She had busted open a new pack of cigarettes and was going at it. What do you think about a sale? I asked her. We sell all this stuff in the house, generate some cash flow. I want to talk to your father, she said. Seriously, Mama, what do you say? I want to see what your father says. Whatever he says, that's what I'll do. But mommy, we gotta make plans like Santiago ain't here because he's not. Facts, facts. Winter, you trying to say he ain't coming back? She acts like a crazy woman. No, I'm trying to say maybe if we put our heads together, we can have some ideas ready for Santiago. That part, I just said that. This little girl is on deck. We can go see him tomorrow. I don't know by the morning exactly where he is. The idea of seeing Santiago delighted mommy, who was starting to seem like an imposter to me. Oh, she's starting to lose it. We're gonna do what we're gonna do with the kids. They too much trouble to be trying to talk and travel back and forth. She asked, worried about everything. Magdala will watch them. No, don't leave the kids. Hey y'all gotta come to YouTube. I gotta focus. I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Hold on, let me get off of here. You know how I gotta do struggly Instagram. While you do that, come on in the room and like. Okay. Let's see if I can find a cute one. Ooh, that's cute. Okay. We're gonna do the coldest, no frills or thrills. It's only for the true. Cold is winter ever. Chapter 6. And chapter 6 is getting good. It's sad, but it's good. Now I'm gonna get into some deep shit in a minute. I can't help it. But I posted it. Hopefully some more Care Bears pull up. Shout out to the Care Bears that have pulled up. Okay. So her mama's starting to she's starting to cook. Okay. She's starting to cook. And now she's talking about she can with the kids and all that. She's bugged. Yo, nigga just got locked up, girl, for drugs. You already went to sleep. Okay, now you about to lose your kids. You got to went to the only one thinking here. I hate to say it too. She said Magdala will watch him. I told her, "Oh, you think so?" Lately, she been acting kind of funny because you're only giving her $50. After 9 o'clock the next morning, and she done seen y'all niggas with racks on racks on racks on racks. At 9 o'clock the next morning, I was on the phone line trying to locate Santiago. I slid Magdalena an extra $20 and told her to babysit while me and mommy took care of the business. She looked like she thought about rolling her eyes at me. She put the extra money in her pocket. We found out which jail Santiago had been held at. Then we went to find out the cost of bail so we could pull the money together somehow. The court clerk smirked when he punched in the case number for Santiago on his computer. With some strange look of pleasure, he pronounced, "The judge has denied bail because of the extremity of the charges. He'll be sent out to Rikers Thursday. You can visit him there. Damn. My mother's face saddened with disappointment. As we turned to walk away, her tears started flowing. Oh no. Come on, Mom Duke, stay strong. We got home. Magdalena complained about the phone ringing, ringing, ringing. We thanked her for her patience and sent her home for the evening. The good thing was that in 2 days we'll be able to talk to Santiago. He would help us decide how to move. My mind was trying to put things together. I asked my mother whose name the house was in. Damn, Winter be asking some grown woman questions. Okay, I asked my mother whose name the house was in, if it was a monthly cost or was it paid in full. She told me it was paid for because that's how Santiago does things. Oh my God. So that's making me think even more. Cost for the cost. I mean, can you sell a house that quick? Can you find somebody real quick to fall for the okie doke? Like, what year is this? Did they have a Craigslist? Like, I mean, I'm saying, like, they couldn't, like, did he get locked? No, it back to back. He got locked one day. They pulled up in the driveway the next. They took all that shit. They seized the car. So it all happened back to back, which her mother should have been ahead of the game that first motherfucking night. But the house. So if they done seized all that, then they about to take the property and they about to kick them to the curb in a minute. They ain't gonna even be able to go back. And I swear to God, I do not remember this at all. My memory is not that good. But let me tell you, I know that's what's about to happen. Um, he would help us decide how to move. My mom was trying to put things together. I asked my mother whose name the house was in and if it was a monthly cost or paid for in full. She told me it was paid for in full because that's how Santiago does things. But she never saw the paperwork because it wasn't her concern. Ah, kind of fuck up sometimes. That's where I fucked up. That's where I fucked up because I didn't ask a lot of questions either. So anyway, this time when I picked up the telephone, it was Natalie. Girl, what's going on? It's like a ghost town over here in BK. Everybody's getting locked up. I thought to myself, whoever heard of a person who starts talking before the person even says hello? Facts though. Before she's even sure if she's talking to the right person, who got knocked? I asked, playing it off. She rattled off a list of familiar names: daddy's workers, bodyguards, and all of my uncles. Dang. Mm, 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 did we do deep cover already? We did. We did the movie night deep cover. We need to have a drug night movie. A movie with drug movies. Then she said, I heard Midnight got picked up earlier tonight. Pause. Okay, so listen, maybe I need to read the second Midnight because in the first Midnight, none of this shit goes on in the book. So anyway, she hella made it a love story, but it had no correlation to Winter or Santiago or the family. I'm just saying. Get the fuck out of here, I said, almost mumbling. Yeah, Asia saw the cops cuffing him over in front of Mo's bar. I wonder if Natalie had heard about Santiago and was just waiting for me to say something. Yeah, Bullet told me about Midnight too, Natalie said. How's Bullet doing? I asked. He's all right. His girl just had a baby. It's a boy. 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Big, huh? Ooh, Natalie, that bitch. His girl. Natalie, you didn't tell me he had a girl. Like you would have cared. Don't try to get new on me, Winter. That's not the point. I'm just saying you're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to let me know what's going on. Yeah, I'm supposed to fill you in like you be filling me in, right? Natalie said, getting loud with me. I really didn't have time for Natalie's attention game. So I told her I had to go. Oh hell no. See, she's been flaky jakey from the gate. So I'm just saying, she gotta let that one go. La Policia, Magdalena said, peeking her head into my room. That's the first thing she ever said since we heard her name. peeking her head into the room without knocking on my bedroom door. Your mother is in the shower. I jumped up, threw on some pants and a shirt, and headed downstairs. Good morning, ma'am. We'd like to speak to Mrs. Santiago, please. We want to ask her some questions. I put my hands on my hip and asked if they had a warrant. As soon as they said no, I got ready to say Mama's not home. Then Mama came out of nowhere, wrapped in a towel. Hair was wet, her eyes wild, and her mouth was twisted. What is it now? She said. We want to ask you some questions. Do you have a warrant? No, ma'am. Then get the fuck out of my house. I've had enough of you all for 1 week. Man, we just wanted to ask you some questions about your husband. Under the RICO laws, you could be charged if you were aware of or in any way connected in the distribution of narcotics. We would like you to cooperate with us. It would be better for you. Oh, nigga, what she look like? Snitchy McGee? What the fuck is they talking about? Oh my God. They shouldn't have answered the door. Wish they kicked it in. Oh my God. They should have just talked through the door. No, they should have just told Magdalene, her not here right now. Damn. They wouldn't have been able to tell. It ain't like they got a car. Okay, so the RICO Act, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations, is a United States federal law that provides for extended criminal penalties in civil cause of action for acts performed as um, part of an ongoing criminal organization. It was enacted in Section 901A of the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. To violate RICO, a person must engage in a pattern of racketeering activity connected to an enterprise. The law defines 35 offenses as constituting racketeering, including gambling, murder, kidnapping, arson, drug dealing, and bribery. Mm-mm. So racketeering, murder, money laundering, financial and economic crimes, kidnapping, sexual exploitation of children. That's just a molester shit. That should be something else. But they say robbery, cyber extortion, and drug crimes are examples of racketeering for those who didn't know. Okay. And I think they specifically created that for if you're brown and black, you're getting that. Okay. We would like you to cooperate with us. It's better for you. Get the fuck out, she yelled. Do you see a lawyer in here? How you gonna ask me some questions without my lawyer present? Do I look like a fool to you? You're right. You're entitled to have a lawyer present. His partners chimed in. But you know we could easily get a warrant under these circumstances, ma'am, or you could just cooperate. Winter, Mama commanded, close the damn door. Mama's, oh man. Mama was renewed on Thursday morning. She picked out her best outfit and was going to take Santiago by storm at Rikers Island. She asked me to help her with her makeup. I tried to make the best of the situation and put it on as nicely as I could. I brushed her hair back and used the same wig that worked for her the day we went shopping. Mama pulled out her perfume, the expensive shit that was thick like syrup. She dabbed it on a small amount. When you have the good stuff, she told me, you don't have to pile it on. Mm-mm. She looked fine, at least compared to the last few days, when she let herself go in ways I'd never seen before. She handed me the Visine. I dropped 2 drops in each of her eyes. I reminded her to take off her heels, put them in her pocketbook, and wear flats since we had to walk to the bus stop. She protested. We should take a cab to Rikers, she said. We should really save our money because we're running low, I warned. We'll save it some other day. Today we're going to see Santiago. Oh my God, her mother is not connected to what the fuck is really going on. Damn, why do I need to charge everything while I'm doing this? Taco, put this on the charger. Okay, he can't put it on the charger. Hold on, y'all. Shit. I need my headphone charger too, but I'm not gonna be a force. Hey, back up off my shit, Taco. All right, y'all. Okay, her mother is not connected at all. She is not understanding that, bitch, you ain't got no money or no job or no life skills. We're going to see Santiago. Okay, so it skips to this suddenly. Yes, we have a warrant. We're going to run you down for questioning. Announced the same cops from yesterday. They arrived when me and Mama were leaving. As we opened the door to go see Daddy, we were confronted by two cops. Am I under arrest? My mother asked sarcastically. And that's what we need to have a civil conversation with you. Mom handed me her pocketbook. Unwilling to cooperate with the police, she stuck out her wrist as if to say, take me. The police read Mama her rights, cuffed her, and put her in the car. Magdalena and the girls watched in horror from the kitchen. I stood there shocked and watched them take my mother away. On the way out, the smartass cop's partner paused, turned around, and hollered to me standing in the doorway. By the way, how old are you? 17, my sister Portia blurted out. Shut the fuck up. And where are you taking my mother? How about you, little girl? How old are you? 8, she said, snotty and proud. Their lights flashed as they sped away. Oh man, they need to run. Like, run, motherfucker. Like, it could have been me and my brothers and sisters. People already know how I am. Me and my brothers and sisters would have been packed up and in a hotel, paid for a couple of weeks until Mom Dukes got her shit together. Not my brothers and sisters, bitch. I was already familiar. Uh-uh. I took out a 20, handed it to Magdalena, collected my things, and made fast tracks in my Nikes, headed to the bus stop. Santiago walked into the room accompanied by corrections officers. His body was tight and his face was serious. He still maintained his powerful presence. He had a way of looking good, even in those in those gel greens that hung on him like a leisure suit. I smiled when I saw him. He smiled back. Where's your mother? Downstairs, he asked. No, she wasn't feeling good. She had to take 2 of those pills and knocked her out cold. Lying. You know only something that dramatic could keep her away. Why does she lie so much? She's starting to piss me off. I had practiced this answer the whole trip to Rikers. No sense in adding to Santiago's problem. And my girls, they're fine. You know they miss you and all, but they're tough. They'll do all right. Maybe, he smiled. Portia's 7 years in the projects under her belt. She's tough. Mercedes and Lexi, now they've been sheltered. They're straight up suburban kids. I laughed but wanted to hurry to the business. Daddy, tomorrow I'm going to see your lawyer. I'm going to find out everything. What do you need me to tell him? I've been talking to him on the phone every chance I get, he said. He'll want to talk money. He don't have to worry about that though. I got money. Daddy, they raided the safe at the house. They took 150 grand. He held up his hand to keep me from talking. Just get a hold of Midnight. He got $50 of mine. I was just I'm sorry, y'all. I was sure that was code for $50,000. He'll take care of everything. Just let him know. I said it's that time. Daddy, someone said Midnight got picked up too. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. Daddy's eyebrows knitted together as if Midnight's arrest was somehow not what he had planned for. After a short pause, he'll be out soon. They got nothing on him. He's clean. I kept him that way. Just chill and wait for him. He'll come through. He always does. Meanwhile, tell Goldstein I said use the key. That'll be a deposit on his fee. Daddy, Uncle Steve got picked up. Ed, Harry, Van, and Ron. I know. I seen them all. I seen all of them. Rodriguez, Pizzazz, they all in here. It's like being at home. He smiled. What? I'm sure more for my benefit than anything. Just trying to shake my niggas up, scare somebody until they sing. You know what I mean? I'm all right, winner. Don't worry about me. It's mama you gotta look after. After that bullet, she's delicate. She don't know it, but she is. Damn. She is, and now she's broke. And she needs her strong Santiago to soothe her. Oh my God, I feel so bad for her. Oh my God, I do, because she just doesn't know about the house, Santiago. I think we should sell it, so we'll have some money flow. I like your mind, he said. Tell Goldstein, tell him I said sell it. Winter, you got to be tough. It's time. Remember everything I taught you. Keep your ears open. Follow the directions I gave you to the letter, and just play your hand close to your chest. We said that last. And play your hand close to your chest. We said that last line together. I had heard it so many times. I had never really thought about how important it was, but it was sinking in now. Tell your mother I want to see her 1 week from today on Thursday. Tell her I said pull herself together and get down here on Thursday in her best shit so I can show her off. Oh, the she got blasted. So she's all sad. Magdalena had her stuff packed and at the door when I reached home. Her face was serious and fed up. What's up? That's it. She rubbed her hands together. Finished. What is it? What do you want? I asked her. I'll give you more money. I was gonna pay you on Friday. That's tomorrow. Payday. Hell, I tipped you every day this week. It's not the money, Miss Winter, but I do need my pay for up until today. Magdalena, please come on, girl. I need you. My father's gone. My mother's gone. Um, it's just me and the kids. If you leave me, I won't have anybody to help me with the kids. Magdalena busted out crying. There is no kids. Told y'all. I told y'all niggas they was gonna take the kids. I told y'all to run and hide. Her words hit me one by one, each word in slow motion. No, kids. I lost my composure. The tears burst out. No, kids, what the fuck you mean, Magdalena? I grabbed her, shaking her shoulders uncontrollably. Where's my sisters? What the fuck you mean? No, no kids, huh? 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 The BCW people came and they were sent by the police. They said they had to take the kids because there's no adults in the house. Bitch, you the adult. What are you talking about, Magdalena? You're an adult. I knew she was gonna say that. But Miss Winter, I had to tell them I had no responsible. I have to leave at 7 p.m. this evening. I know my accent sucks. They took them. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, she cried. The horn honked, the signal from her son who picked her up every night in that raggedy 1970 something car. As she held her hand out to be paid, I yelled, "You bitch, you couldn't cover for me? You couldn't just cover for me?" My voice echoed in the middle of this huge empty house. "I ain't giving you shit," I screamed, throwing a vase at her as she rushed out the door. Every step I took around the house sounded like it was magnified by a microphone. I could hear my own heart beating in my chest and in my ears. I started hearing shit I never heard before, noises and heating systems and water dripping. I was stranded without a ride, without a family member. I was out in the fucking woods. Just then, Sterling, my sugar daddy, became the most important person in the world. I ran upstairs, pulled my jewelry box out, looked for his number, and called him. I had to calm down first. The worst thing I could do was make Sterling think I needed him. Bitch, you do! Then he would try and turn the tables. Okay, shut up. Get it together. Sterling, this is me, Winter. It's funny how you came to mind. I was sitting here by the fire with my panties on, and I thought, damn, I miss Sterling. Do you think you want to see me? Because I definitely want to see you. Winter, he said apologetically, I have company right now. A tear dropped from my eyes. I cleared my throat to bring the strength back into my voice. Who's there with you? He answered with silence. Is she better than me, Sterling? You know how good I can make you feel, and I'm really needing you tonight, right now. Oh no, Winter. Okay, he said, give me a couple hours. I'll pick you up at 11. I packed my overnight bag. My money was running low. So I dropped my diamond bracelets, rings, bracelet, earrings, and necklace in my bag too. If needed, that would be good as money to me. I ran around the house, turning on all the lights, TVs, radios to convince myself I wasn't alone until my ride came. Oh my God, I feel so bad for her. She is just lost in the sauce, man. I'm trying to think for her who she could call. What could she do? She said, if I fucked Sterling that night, I didn't know it. It didn't matter. My mind was on vacation. Apparently, Sterling was so stupid that just my sweet face was enough to make him do whatever I wanted. The next day, I convinced him to let me drop him at work and use his car. I promised to pick him up later that night. The idea of him seeing me 2 nights in a row was enough bait for him. I putt-putted in the car back to the house in Long Island, hoping my mother would be released and I could meet up with her. At some point, she figured out she had to cooperate, even if all she said was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Then they would release her. Well, she was completely innocent. I hated to think of her in jail, especially with her being so fragile. Since when does spending your husband's money become a crime? If it were, more than half the women in the whole country would be locked down. Okay, including my mama. If she wasn't at the house by that time I got there, I'd swing by the precinct. The way I figured they just want to shake her up, try to get her to give evidence against Santiago. You want to know what I think is ill? It might seem a little, I don't know, but I feel like she's 17. How does she know where the precinct is? How does she know how to be like her mom Dukes, man? Damn. Mm, mm, mm. Damn. The way I figured they just tried to shake her up, try to get her to give evidence against Santiago, which she would never do. I'd pick up my mom's, then we would track down the girls. The driveway, she track down the girl, whatever. The driveway to my house was blocked off. It wasn't a regular police car, the kind with the siren. It was one of the cars like DT drives, detectives for those who don't know, undercover. I pulled to the side of the road. I climbed the winding driveway leading up to our house. Excuse me, officer, this is my house, and this house and all the belongings inside are now the property of the federal government. No one is allowed on the property unless he's an agent of the federal government. Who are you? The FBI, he said with authority and puffed out his chest. Explain this to me, I said carefully. How is it that you people can take people's property, steal their house, not even allow women to get her clothes or her baby sister's bottles? I was going for sympathy. I had no wins running up against the Glock. In America, miss, all material items purchased with illegal money made from illegal actions and transactions are subject to seizure. What did I say? What did I say? I said they are going to seize the house. Get your shit, get your shit, and get out. Like, come on. Why isn't anybody thinking? Oh, now, if you want something in here, but you know what? I will talk about it in a minute. There was all you got to do. Oh, okay. Now, if you want something in here, all you got to do is bring some pay stubs from your job and prove you have a legitimate occupation. If those items inside that house are within the boundary of your earnings and you could prove it to the judge, you could get them back. You could pick up the necessary paperwork from the precinct, or you have your lawyer call us up and we'll send it to him. I wanted to spit in his face, but for now, it wouldn't be smart. The only thing to do now is go straight to Santiago's lawyer. Otherwise, all the cocksuckers will give me this. Official talk and send me away empty-handed. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I would get the lawyer involved on my mother's behalf as well. As the car maxed out at 60 miles per hour, my mind calculated the value of everything in my bedroom: jewelry, clothes, shoes, electronics, TV, etc. Hats off to the motherfucking police, I thought to myself. They had the best hustle in town. They were the real criminals. Mm-mm. I feel her though. I feel exactly the same way she do. I mean, I don't know. Goldstein's office was plush. The chairs were buttery leather, the walls walnut, the windows looked out onto the excuse me, outlines of the city. I wasn't surprised. It was my father's style to be affiliated with the big timers. I sat down in the big chair. It was reserved for clients in position directly in front of the attorney's chair. I kept thinking that this chair was the hot seat. It got you all impressed. Then, just as you started to feel comfortable, the lawyer would demand a minimum of 10 grand just to peek at your case. So, you're Santiago's daughter. Beautiful. Beautiful? He looked like a gentleman. Where's your mother? I thought. I told you to bring your mother. She's locked up. His left eyebrow raised up. He reached to his desk and grabbed one of those legal pads and listened to my whole story. He didn't interrupt me once. Only the lines on his forehead answered. Every now and then he scribbled on the pad. Well, now you got about five different matters here. Your father, that's one. Your mother, that's two. Your sisters, that's three. And you want me to look into the matter of your house, that's four. The cars, that's five. It's going to take a lot of manpower to get this job done. I could feel him setting me up for the kill, fattening me up like a pig before a slaughter. He just wanted the bacon. Right, Santiago says, use the key. He repeated my message from Santiago to himself. Then he muttered something like power of attorney. He found the paperwork he was looking for in the file. He smiled, told me he'd get to work on all these matters. He would use the key and let me know what else was needed. He asked for my phone number and address. Haven't you been listening? I have no address. I'll be drifting. I'll call you. By the way, he said, I was stepping out of the door. How old are you? 17. 17. Why? Because my best bet is that the Bureau of Child Welfare will be looking to pick you up as well. I can take care of myself. Yes, but according to the law, this the state is your your temporary guardian until you turn 18. You are a minor. Not to worry, he said, smiling again. We'll just need to get a hold of your mother to get around this mess. My office will be the meeting point. When I get your mother, I'll bring her here, or at least you can check in periodically with one of my secretaries, and they'll be able to tell you where to meet her. Damn. Thanks, cuz. So we on chapter 7, man. Okay, y'all. I mean, how y'all feel about New York? Why do I keep calling her New York? Why I keep calling her New York? Because when I think about her, she's all like fancy and flirty and girly. So she just reminds me of New York. Chapter 7, y'all. Let's get it right into it. I mean, tell me how you feel, because this girl, like, I felt like, one, I feel bad for her. Two, I'm like, damn. She's just been in survival mode this whole time, it seems like. But I think it's because her environment is been in survival mode. We're gonna break this down after chapter 7, okay? Between the money I took out of mother's pocketbook plus my own cash, she just took her mama's money. I had a total of 1480, so $1,480. A diamond necklace, a diamond bracelet, and diamond earrings, and the clothes on my back. If there hadn't been a flashing pink sign that read diner when I walked out of Goldstein's office, I wouldn't have remembered to eat. Man, I had been 3 days without thinking about food. I had a chance to eat, but I kept trying to get my head to think of answers to all these situations. Soon as something clicked into place, something else popped out of order. Making a plan was complicated. When would my moms get out? What fee what fee would the lawyer charge? I couldn't come up with a good plan because I couldn't relax. I was cool on the outside, but inside I was in a state of panic. Normally I'd be plotting on a party. Now I was plotting on survival, something Santiago always took care of for me. If nothing else was clear, the fact that I had to take care of myself was. The girls were little and cute. Somebody would give them shit for the time being. I, on the other hand, oh shit, I would give them shit for the time being, okay. Somebody but I, on the other hand, would have to get mines myself. I wasn't sure if I could go back to Brooklyn yet either. I tried not to get paranoid and start thinking there was a hit on me or something. Out of respect for Santiago and my mom's, I decided to wait. Besides, Brooklyn represented too many unanswered questions for now. Aunt Lori would be vexed because we never called her back about Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve. By now, she would have found out Santiago got knocked too. Everybody would be expecting our family to roll out the dough, bankroll everybody's situation like normal. We were no longer in a position to get down like that because money had gone toward our own problems, especially since Santiago's case. I wasn't about to put myself in the position of having to borrow shit from them either. I could see them trying to flip attitude on me, something lovely. Bowing down was not something I do. I knew I could always chill at Natalie's. Her mom wouldn't give a damn and probably wouldn't even know I was there. But the shit Natalie pulled with Bullet had me looking at her like she couldn't be trusted. But she been couldn't been trusted. Realistically, Natalie was a lifeline. She had information. What could I do? What I could do, I decided, was play her, get to know what I needed to know, tell her as little as possible, and even throw her a curveball now and then. I definitely wasn't going to give her the pleasure of feeling like now me and her was on the same level. Ooh, she petty. I would focus on the Lucci, the cash, the loot, and just how I was gonna make it. I picked over my cheeseburger deluxe for an hour and a half. I came up with a plan. The impatient waitress tried to clear me out of the diner by exhaling real loud, like I was taking up too much space for the amount of money I was spending. The key to getting back on top was midnight. $1,000 Santiago told me about. Even though it was Santiago's money, I didn't know how much of it he would need toward legal fees. There would be no harm in me getting my hands on the dough. I was not in jail, so I might as well be useful. The smart thing to do would be to flip the cash, invest it, and double it at least. Then I could deliver the 50 grand to the lawyer and have a nice piece of change to set myself up as well. I would use Sterling for as long as possible, at least until I got answers to the big questions about my mom, pop, and sisters. I couldn't see them minding. He seemed to enjoy being used. I just pretend that all of a sudden I realized he was the one for me. Stare at me with those big dumb eyes and be happy I finally seen the light. Whatever chick he had there before I came last night, she just have to wait. Eventually she could have the man. I just wanted the pockets, the apartment, and the access to his little putt putt to handle my business. Bitch, it is so petty. Girl. Goldstein located mom swiftly. He told me she was being charged with resisting arrest. What? Insulting and assaulting a police officer. From his estimation, those charges were just a means for them to hold her for questioning about Santiago pretty much and his operation. He put his notification of representation. The court was backed up and she couldn't be arraigned until Monday morning. He said she was a good thing This was a good thing because he needed time to get Santiago's safety deposit box at the bank to see the status of things so we could settle the financial matters. He told me he was 98% sure he could get the prosecutor to lessen the charges on Mom, drop them completely, or at minimum, get her out on her own recognizance since she had no previous charges. This way, she wouldn't have to post bail. She just have to show up for her court date. He sternly told me to call him around 3 o'clock Monday. Things were out of my hands. I had 2 hours before I had to pick up Sterling. So I went shopping. Nothing expensive. The Gap, Banana Republic, basic shit to get me through the weekend and the following week. $300 was the budget I gave myself. Why waste words on Sterling? Know that he was quick to dump the female friend he had over the other night. He was glad I decided to stay with him for the 2 weeks. My parents were out of town. He said he couldn't blame me for not wanting to stay in that big house alone and that he was happy I chose to spend my spare time with him. Y'all, this girl is low key making moves. I wish her mom Dukes was making moves like that, but she's cooked up. She's cooked up, man. Hey, Taco, stop. Thank you. I said stop. Stop. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, to spend her spare time with him. Early Monday evening, Mama was released. She had on the same clothes she went in with. Overall, she looked busted. Wig off. Oh my God. Wig off. Hair in bad need of Earlene's, mouth permanently twisted, I guess. She went off about the feds seizing her leathers, furs, suede, jewels, furniture, and house. She was enraged by the loss of her record collection, which she had carefully acquired over the past 17 years. Whoever heard of the Whoever heard of the legalized robbery they orchestrated, she cried. And whoever thinks they can steal my baby's got to be crazy. Because I'm going to get them the first thing tomorrow. And the Bureau of Child Welfare offices open. And Magdalena needs her ass kicked. She should have known better than to let some woman in the house who is not our family. And let me see some motherfucker driving around in my red Benz, sporting my wares. They're going to get their ass carjacked right on the spot. Where are we going? Where are you going to live? I asked Mama. Don't worry about me. What else can they do to me? They already shot me in the face. What they gonna do next? She started laughing like the pig went off heaven. That's how she was laughing. Are you going to stay with Aunt Lori? Yeah, she's going to be pissed about Steve and the money and everything I want. She waved her hand in the air. That was the matter. After all I did for her, Santiago gave that worthless husband of hers a job when nobody else would. She better recognize. She just better make some room for me, treat me like the queen I am, and just help out till Santiago gets home. He'll straighten all this out. Speaking Santiago's name put her in another frame of mind. I saw her eyes switch, and her voice did too. I saw Santiago, I said. He's all right. He asked about you, of course. He wants you to come down to see him on Thursday. Dress your best, he said. He wants to show you off. Mama cried. Oh, okay, let me tell y'all a little story. Okay, let me tell you. Now, my dude didn't have to do no bid. Okay, thank the Lord. He only like he was facing a couple years, right? But mind you, like I had been with him like every day, and like we were just living the super fast ass lifestyle. So I was like, while he was locked, I was paying lawyers, I was making moves, like I was moving kind of like Winter was, you know what I'm saying? Except I had a whip. So, anyways, so I'm making moves and doing all this shit. And so I'm just saying, when your dude get locked up and you're used to him like holding everything down, I wasn't dry like her mom Dukes, but then again, I didn't have the trauma of getting blasted in the face. So there's that trauma on top of that. But I know when my dude got blasted, he got shot in the head. When he got shot, he was different too. He started moving different. He started acting different. He started being a little bit more crazy. Not crazy, but paranoid. He was more paranoid. But her mom is a little bit more erratic, and I think it's because it's the role reversal. So she's used to being this super beautiful woman, who's dressed to the nines all the time. So they probably lived the type of dynamic where the woman didn't really ask a lot of questions. And that could be crippling in a lot of ways because I didn't ask a lot. No, I asked a whole lot of questions. I just never got answers unless it was necessary. Okay. So, I kind of learned that from him. Okay. So, I didn't ask a lot of questions. Well, I asked a lot of questions, just didn't get a lot of answers. But she probably didn't ask a lot of questions because they kind of cut from a different cloth. Like, mind you, she said 17 years. She got pregnant with Winter when she was 14. She was 14 years old. This is like the early 90s, right? So they was balling in the mix in the 80s when crack was like really hitting the scene, coke and crack and all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different mindset, a different generation, a different type of thing. So she's really crippled in a lot of ways because she don't got no life skills. All she knows is street shit, and her nigga didn't really put her on and prepare her for the possibilities of what could come. But see, also at during those times, a lot of those laws that they were implementing were just like started. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of examples in your regular hood near you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot of that in no regular ass projects black neighborhood. A lot of that wasn't happening until the 90s. So they didn't have the examples like how we got. And if we, you know what I'm saying, is on some other shit, we know to move a certain kind of way from those examples that has happened, unfortunately, or has been perpetuated into our lifestyle via entertainment, movies and TV and shit like that. So yeah, so let me get back to the story. The twins were divided, so that's probably why her mama breaking down and shit like that all the time. She's just, don't know what to do. So the twins were divided. Oh, and they're black kids in the system. Okay. The twins are divided. We don't like to do it, but all our facilities are overburdened. We had a space for Mercedes Santiago in Manhattan. The other one, Lexi, is in Brooklyn. Portia Santiago is in Queens. Oh my God, they just spread them all over the city. There will be no problems getting them ready for release, but we have to release them to a stable environment. As it stands, Miss Santiago, you are still under criminal investigation. You have no residence. Oh my God. The address you're listing here, your sister's apartment, is a Section 8 residency. This means it must meet federal regulations for living arrangements. Your sister already has 3 children in her apartment. There are only 3 bedrooms, therefore, it would be a violation of federal codes for us to release three more children into this apartment, or even one for that matter. Your sister has 1 daughter and 2 sons. Under federal regulations, a male and female cannot share a room together after they reach 10 years of age. You say your sister's sons were 12 and 15. We just can't do it. Do you have a relative who can speak up for the children who has extra rooms in a non-rent subsidiary, federally regula- federally regulated building or house? All of our peeps were in the project. Sons of bitches. So you mean to tell me I was selling all those Okay, whatever. All our peeps were in the project, so that question didn't deserve an answer. That is fucking heart wrenching right there. That is heart wrenching. Like straight up. That is heart wrenching. Do you see that setup? Oh my God. Damn, I could see like the bigger stuff now that I couldn't see when I was a teenager when I read this book. Look, miss, I just want my children, my mama said. Now I'm good for raising hell, but I'm trying to be nice, work with you here. I've been through a lot. I'm innocent. I'm not perfect, but I just need to have my babies with me. I'm not a drug addict, crackhead, or criminal. I just need to have my girls back today. You're presently unemployed, the lady said, as if we didn't know it. The only option we could offer is your emergency assistance program. We could put you and your children up in the family shelter with the kitchenette so you could cook your own meals. We will allocate you food stamps and medical coverage for the children, but there's a waiting list for these types of facilities. There's no way we could release the children to you with no income and no apartment. To be honest with you, Mrs. Santiago, there are some more problems with this case. The girls are 5 years old, but they're not registered in kindergarten. Kindergarten. Why? Did they attend private schooling? No, if you check the birth date on my girls, you'll see that they turned 5 after the deadline for kindergarten registration. Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, Miss Santiago, we are willing in the meanwhile to place you in the women's shelter while we try to pull things together. Sometimes it's better to check into a shelter than to move into another problematic environment. The girls tell me, and our records show that there is another child went to Santiago. Is that you? She asked, eyebrow raised. No, I'm Rosie, a friend of the family. I lied. We'll need to know what the whereabouts of the other child. Legally, she's still a minor, and we're responsible for her. We can place her in a group home with lenient rules and regulations since she's an older child. We can help her complete her schooling as long as she has no history of emotional problems, violent behavior, or educational dysfunctions. She will not have to live in a restrictive or reformatory facility. When can you arrange to bring her in or provide us with an address so we can have her picked up? My mother glanced at the big armed security police station in the corner of the room. She looked at me and said, "This is unbelievable." Thinking of all the time she spent in jail, and said in the polite yet aggravated voice, "Can I have your business card, miss? I'll give you a call when I know what I want to do. Give us a call. We need to locate Winter." Mm, 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 What a shame. Should I put you on the family shelter waiting list in the meanwhile? My mother lowered her eyes. Yes, but I believe you'll be seeing me in court very soon. I need to get my girls back right away. Oh, long as you keep your head to the sky. Hey, if Sister Soldier makes a movie for this, she should use. You remember how Ken not Key and Pill, but whatever his real name is, the dude who made Get Out, they should do, you know how he remixed the 5 on it for his scary movie? They should do that for this trailer. Like long as you keep your head to the, or maybe that should be from my movie. Like Scratch and Screw It or DJ Screw It. They should do that. That would be deep. You can win. You can win. What you mean you taking my car? Midnight Fine is a motherfucker. Yeah, bitch. You know, however. Oh man, that would be dope. I want to be on that project. I need to send her a message. In Goldstein's office, my mother went off. Goldstein had the confidence of a well paid elderly gentleman. He let her rattle on and remain courteous. Let's separate the matters, he said calmly. First of all, we're operating with a nut of $50,000. This is what I retrieved from Santiago's safety deposit box. Excuse me, the real money is in his bank accounts, but the bank accounts are offshore. That's why I say get the money out. His business records have all been seized. None of that money will be accessible until after the case is closed. Depending on the way things unfold, that may never be attainable. Given the circumstances, that's a small net. Deduct 75,000 for Miss $7,500 for Miss Santiaga's case. 7,500 for what? My mother screamed. For getting all of the charges against you dismissed, Miss Santiago. That wasn't easy. I had to really lean on the prosecutor in Long Island. You could be doing 6 months to a year and a half right now. I'd say your freedom is well worth your money. Wouldn't you agree? But I didn't resist arrest. I didn't assault no officer. How could I have had assaulted them when I was already handcuffed? Be that as it may, I took care of everything. My fee is $7,500. The case for your children will require a retainer of $3,000. That's a discount. Family court is a messy matter. It's time consuming. If the matter drags out, then you'll receive my bill with additional particulars. As far as Mr. Santiago is concerned, I'll need a retainer of $50,000 just to get involved. That's a big, big case. He's looking on years of top of years, and possibly even life. A lot will depend on whether these cases get separated or not. There are several co-defendants. Some of these cases can drag on. It's a little early to discuss. However, if we go into appeals, we're looking at a major set of expenses. You need to be prepared for that. It all depends on how far Santiago wants to take it. So, what exactly is my father being charged with? The lawyer surrendered one of the folders in Santiago's file. There were 10 sheets of green papers issued by the courts. The the answer to my question, I said, what is it he was charged with? Everything, you name it. Santiago is being accused of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Everything, you name it. Santiago is being accused of it. Conspiracy, murder, weapons, money laundering, tax evasion, and he was going on and on apparently. It was ridiculous to me. People don't understand Santiago's world. It's business. Nobody kept a drug dealer's business in check but the drug dealer himself and the team he set up. There was no I'm sorry, girl. I'm just thinking and reading and trying to keep myself together. There has to be punishment for those within the team who test too much and step out of line. There has to be punishment for outsiders who attack the business. Violations have to be responded to. Otherwise, the business don't flow correctly, and people try to take advantage. They shouldn't be able to barge into our business and force their rules on us. Not when Santiago knew his workers better than anybody from the outside. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me do something real quick. 2 seconds. I'm just thinking I really could have had these headphones charging the whole time. Because at the end of the day, your girl got to go for her walk. I'm trying to be out this something. Oh, hold on. Okay. They really could have been charging this whole time. So, all right. So we about to get in the mix. Everybody in this game understood what he was dealing with. Nobody forced them into this business. They understood the risk. Besides, the drug dealers helped America to be rich. If it wasn't for us, who would buy the cars, butter leathers, and jewelry? No, 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 ma'am. It's the government that's helping y'all buy them. Girl, hold on. Should I get into it or not? Okay. Oh, I got to figure out about the year this was. Because let me tell you something, if it was the 90s when crack was hitting, that was 1,000. Everybody knows or should know by now that was 100% in the 90s a plot to destroy. It actually started in the 70s. Okay, let's keep that a buck 52. Okay, because all those legislations and all that shit goes hand in motherfucking hand from the RICO Act to the three strikes and you're out. That all goes hand in motherfucking hand. It went from decade to decade, from the shit with the Contras to the shit from the war in Vietnam, all the way up into to now they trying to reverse some shit because they got a chokehold around the whole fucking country. Bitch, we can get into some shit, but let me finish this chapter. Okay, because that has a lot to do with it, especially with the project situation at her family or her whole family. They selling all that shit, and you think they wasn't letting that shit go on? There, it had to be something else going on higher up. Just like we learned on Deep Cover, they know who's doing what. The only time that they come through is when they need to lock somebody for a reason. They need that distraction. They need to blame somebody. Like even if you watch like shit like Brooklyn's Finest, or if you watch like not Deep Cover, let me think of another movie. I can't think of another movie. Scarface. If you really look at the shit, you know what I'm saying? Those government officials are the reason why they gotta trickle down and get somebody from the hood who's just putting his family on. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they're making billions and gajillions because them niggas got shiploads of fucking coke coming in. Okay? Them niggas is just throwing coke in the air and waving it around like they just don't care. Kind of like The Departed, like Whitey Bulger. You know what I'm saying? Who was a known informant and shit. This nigga done got all the motherfucking keys and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they know who's is who. You just gotta. Oh my god, it's just ill. I need to put something together for that for the next chapter next week. I got you. Don't worry. I need to organize my thoughts. But I'm just saying, I'm getting hyped because it's bigger than that. Like New Jack City and all that shit. Like blah. Okay, besides, the drug dealers helped America to be rich. If it wasn't for us, who would buy the 5 cars, why do I want to keep saying butter? Butter leathers, because I don't say butter leathers. I say my leather so soft. No, I'm stupid. But that's when I was balling, so I can relate to that. Um, and the jewelry. We put so much money into circulation, more than them little nickel and dime pay paying taxes, our taxpayers. We employ half the men in the ghetto. Nobody else gave them jobs, so why be a player hater? It was 60,500 that had to go to the lawyer up front. Goldstein already had 50. Soon as I track midnight, I locate the loop and deliver the 10,500 to Goldstein. I have I'd have 39,500 to push around and double. Daddy said midnight would be released. I'd offer him a partnership since he already knew the business. He'd go for it as long as he got his cut. Mama and Goldstein were closing out their talk. Mama was asking if she could arrange to see the girls at the places they were being held. Goldstein promised to look into the matter. On the way out, I asked Mama, how was last night at Aunt Lori's? It's a it's cool as can be expected. She keeps asking if Santiago had any money put away for a rainy day. She wants me to know it's raining and she needs the cash. What did you tell her? I didn't tell her shit. I just looked at her like this. Mama made a real ugly face and rolled her eyes into her head. I laughed. Mama was becoming a real comedian. After I made this face, she knew the deal. Don't ask me for shit, Mama said. I never mentioned to Mama that Santiago told me about midnight having some money set aside. There she go, being deceitful. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't, is what she's saying to us. Okay. After repeatedly beeping midnight, he finally answered my pages. Who's this? A shock wave through my body. Winter, what do you want? Santiago, where do you want me to meet you for dinner? He asked strangely. I'm in Manhattan. I can meet you on 34th and 8th tonight at 8. We can go to any place you want from there. When I hung up, I began piecing together a cute little story to tell Sterling so he wouldn't have a fit about me going on a date, going out tonight without him. Then I picked up a new skirt suit to rock for dinner. The cold air stung my face. The wind was whipping the pleats on my wool miniskirt, offering a free peep to anybody who was looking. I was feeling a little relaxed in the new suit, though. I knew my money was real tight, but this suit was an investment. If I could walk midnight into my corner, we could regroup, create a new hustle, and land on our feet like cars. Whatever Midnight decided to do would affect my father and even my own life. But I wasn't about to give him the question that I was desperate. I wasn't stupid enough to go and try to get my hustle on without the input of a real player. Midnight knew the ins and outs. Plus, he knew my father was loyal to him and he could duplicate Santiago's style of running things. In fact, Santiago could um, somehow counsel him from the inside. Santiago had stayed on top for so long that Midnight, in a few years working for him, had to have learned the secrets to his business. I knew at first me and him, this girl is delusional. That ain't gonna never happen. Even though I never understood what the problem was anyway. He acted like me wanting to get with him was a crime. A ser- well, it is. He acted like, as serious as things were now, I was sure he would see that me and him got to work together. Otherwise, some lowlifes were going to be happy to watch us sink down to their level. I promised myself not to piss him off. I was gonna I was gonna stick to business. Don't talk about business over the phone. Midnight had rolled up to the curb and dashed open the window. He didn't even get out the car. He didn't even say hello, peace, or what's up. You called about the money, right? Well, I have it for you. Monday morning, where do you want me to drop it? Where do you want me to drop it? I thought we was going for dinner, I said nicely, bugging out on the way he was treating me. That was just something to keep you from running your mouth on the phone. There's a lot of brothers in jail today because they or some silly girlfriend don't know how to shut up over the phone. I knew what you wanted. I'll take care of it. Meet me Monday at 1:30 p.m. on the pier outside of Louis' restaurant at the South Street Seaport. He pressed the button on the window and closed it tight. As his wheels started to roll, I kicked his car with my foot. Wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. Who the fuck do you think you are? He hit the brakes, reversed, and the passenger window rolled down. Are you crazy? The last thing you want to do is make a scene. Well, I'm going to make a movie if you don't show me some respect. Respect, Eli. What do you know about that? I saw your naked ass on that videotape sipping champagne. What I say, y'all? What did I fucking say about that video? What did I say about the video? Listen at this, y'all. Why does this nigga always come through reading her? Hold on. Respect. What do you know about that? I saw your naked ass on that videotape sipping champagne with Bullet. Who'd ever known that Santiago's daughter was sipping bubbly with the nigga who works for the other side while your daddy is being raided by the feds? You having drinks butt naked with the enemy. Oh, man. I knew that shit was going to come back. I'm shocked and appalled. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Oh shit. Who would have ever known that Santiago Zada was sipping bubbly with the nigga who's working for the other side while your daddy being raided by the feds? You having drinks butt naked with the enemy. His words pierced me like knives. I was tongue tied. I had been part of a setup. My mind tried to reject any blame. I would never do anything to hurt my dad. I'm not about to say Papa. My chest was heated up. My mouth cranked up and said whatever came to mind. Yeah, I was with bullets. So what? You got a problem with that? I spent the night in jail behind your stupid shit. That's right. Slick Kid brought the video to Big Mo's to celebrate how much of a fool some small timer like him. Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. He don't put it on fucking blast. Check it. I spent the night in jail behind your stupid shit. That's right. Slick the Kid brought the video to Big Mo's to celebrate how much of a fool some small timer like him made of Santiago's daughter. He showed the video on the bar TV at Mo's. our spot. We used to run shit. I'm chilling in the back doing what I'm supposed to be doing. When Mo comes to the back to tell me what's going on, I came out to the bar area blowing my cover. Here, I'm the only nigga on the team who ain't got pinched by the feds. They got something on me, but I gotta sit in the pen for 2 nights for beating the shit out of that little broke ass nigga because you a stupid bitch. Back off my ride. I'll bring your money on Monday. And he pulled off. Oh shit. Why am I laughing at her? Why am I laughing at her? You want to know why I'm laughing at her? Because Santiago told her to sit her little fast black ass down, and you need to understand why you shouldn't be fucking with these niggas. He didn't just say stay out of Brooklyn. He said play your cards right. And here you are with Natalie's bum ass fucking with bum motherfuckers and you get bummy shit. Look at that. And now look at you. Look at you. Fucked up. And then Midnight could have been that little piece to the puzzle that kept you all together. Mm, mm. Furious wasn't enough to describe the intensity of my feeling. Below the anger, my thoughts played dodgeball. I ran to the nearest telephone and gave Natalie a call. She picked up. Her usually bold voice was quieted by sleepiness. Yeah, what's up with your man Slickhead? Oh, forget him. I'm not messing with him anymore. He's ridiculous. So you know what he's running around showing niggas my ass on videotape? Don't take it personal. My ass in the tape too. Why sweat it? We in shape. Niggas came line and say that they saw some cellulite or some stretch marks or something like that. Our shit was tight. I should thank the fool. You know how much dick I got sweating me now? His ass straight up trying to diss me and I flipped it on him. Niggas be checking for me. Natalie's excuse me. Natalie's calm ran against my fury. So why you didn't tell me Bullet was down with some other niggas around the way? Oh, that Bullet's cool. He's getting a little name for himself. He pulling in the loot. It's just a money thing with him. This bitch stupid. This bitch is stupid. She don't even get it. He ain't nothing. He ain't got nothing personal against you or your family. He's cool peeps. He really like you. I mean, for real, for real. Yeah, with a wife and a newborn baby. Yeah, with a wife and a newborn baby. Well, oh, I didn't tell you. Remember? Patches from around our way. You know how all the boys in his family got that big hairy black stain on the side of their face. They be saying, is this birthmark? Well, Saria had that baby and it had that big ass black hairy mole like Patches. Now Saria's swearing up and down it's still Bullet's baby. It's a miracle or something. Bullet's grandmother talking about there's no way her fine ass grandson gave birth to an ugly little something that kid. Now Bullet's looking like a fool. He's all caught out there. Phil Saria's house with Toys R Us. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. With Toys R Us stuff for the kid and all that. He's standing in the waiting room with cigars and champagne when Patches Jr. slid right out. I overheard Saria talking to her girl Fatima, who be kicking it with Monica saying, even though Patches is ugly, he can't eat a mean pussy, bitch. I'm dead. That's why Saria kept seeing him on the side. When she got pregnant, she just told Bullet it was his kid because Patches is broke as hell. She knew Bullet was a good guy who would support the baby. Now I saw who would support the baby. Now I saw Bullet today. He said as soon as Saria heals, he's gonna go upside her head. He said he knew she was a hoe. He just want to be a man about it and represent for the baby that Saria swore up and down was his. Damn. Damn, it was all I could say. Natalie had a way of mixing up and confusing any conversation. Oh, I seen your mother back around our way. She's like a whole nother person. I heard she was supposed to get some kind of surgery to fix her face. Yeah, she'll be all right. I hated to think of my mother walking around all crazy like, y'all. It's getting ill for them. Sorry about your father. I knew I needed to hang up. Natalie was just being nosy, digging for more shit to talk about. Oh, Natalie, I gotta go. The cops over here about to throw a ticket on my Benz. I slammed the phone down. Girl, a winter white outfit was gonna make me feel all right. The color white for me was like a new beginning. I was standing outside of Bloomingdale's at 10 a.m. Monday morning when the doors opened. Mm-mm. I just started thinking, like, where did she sleep? Where did she go? What did she do? You know what I'm saying? My meeting with Midnight will happen in a couple of hours. I hope that I hope that time might have cooled Midnight down, making him more reasonable and receptive toward my business deal. My mom was definitely right. There had to be some love in Midnight's heart for me. He fought slick kid for me. What other reason would he have to beat Slick's ass? He went to jail for me defending my name because of your father, dummy. My Nicole Miller dress was not that expensive. It was the shoes in the bag that set the bill soaring. I took a chance at a new barbershop. At least it was new to me. Those girls from the Dominican Republic hooked my hair up lovely. It was a silky long wrap, China style blunt cut. At 1 p.m., the South Street seaport was alive. Glasses were clinking, spoons, knives, and forks in action as the lunch crowd flowed in and out. So nowhere along this, she didn't think like get a job and maybe hustle. I don't know. The restaurant was open air. You could feel and smell the breeze coming off the East River. I fit right in the well paid executive lunch crowd, sporting my diamond necklace, bracelet, and earrings. When Midnight walked in the room, everyone around him seemed to slow down. He had the presence and body of an NBA player. Ugh. Mm. I could just see Midnight. I've had this image of him ever since I first read this book. It's like the man of my dreams. He was perfectly in control. The hostess led him to his seat and handed menus to both of us. The busboy filled our glasses. I told you to meet me on the pier outside of the restaurant. You have a hard time following directions. I was hungry, so I stepped in. His bad mood was ruining my outlook. We got a big problem, he said. I said sarcastically. Listen, I don't have time to play games with you. The money is gone. What do you mean the money is gone? That's bullshit. No, that's more than bullshit. That's fucked up. You took the money for yourself. I was going to share it with you. Santiago said you was honest. He is gone for 2 minutes and look how you do. Midnight had his hands folded in front of him. His jawbone started flickering and his big thick lips curled under. If I was a different type of man, I'll break your ass up right here in front of everybody. Now hear this, shorty. Your father was like a father to me. He gave me a break. You know what? But I don't understand how this relates with his book. He gave me a break. For 5 years, I never sifted one penny from him. I could have easily because I was close to him. But Santiago paid me well for my services. I got my own loot. He grabbed the bottom of my face tightly, adding, so don't ever use your pretty lips to destroy my reputation. It took me a long time to build it, and believe me, I earned it. Well, what happened then? What happened to my father's money? I asked desperately. He honestly, I on the low. I mean, even though he's a different kind of man, I think with him, he could have. I feel like he could have molded her into the woman she needed to be. I'm sorry, it might sound weird, it might sound wrong, but that's just how I feel. May I take your order, please? The waitress asked. Give us a few more minutes, Midnight said. The waitress exhaled and left like we were gonna jerk her for her tip or something. You don't need to what excuse me, you don't need to know what happened. Less is better. Well, what will I tell Santiago? I'll go and talk to Santiago, he said. Well, what am I supposed to do? I asked him, my voice trembling. I was using all my strength inside of me not to break down or maybe go crazy and start throwing some steak knives around the room. Let me try to work something out. Give me until Friday. I'll try to do something for you. The waitress returned. I'm sorry, she said. This is my lunchtime rush. We need you to order now. Or Midnight stood up, placed a $20 bill on the table. We'll be leaving. Ooh, I hope in the movie he pays her dust like she's hella little and he's like, we'll be leave we'll be leaving, like right at the top of her head. She's just like her bangs get blowed in the wind. We'll be leaving. When I called Mama, she asked for the $700 I had taken from her pocketbook. When I told her I was broke, she started cursing and yelling about needing money to go see Santiago. Not wanting to give her anything from the last $500 in my pocket. This bitch getting haircuts and outfits and purses and shoes. I tried to humor her, but she wasn't going for it. I know how locked in the idea she could get. So I promised I would go through my belongings at Sterling's mother's house and try to pull together some cash. We could go see Santiago on Thursday because those were his instructions anyway. Those was his instructions to you, and I'm not a child. I'll go and see my husband anytime I want, and I say I'm going today. You go get that cash together now and meet me at Goldstein's office at 3. I hopped on the train, jetted back to Sterling's house. I had to take off my dress and switch my bag before I met Mama, or else she'd be pissed I spent her money on clothes. Right, dummy? I took the tags and the clothing receipts out of my white pocketbook and laid them to the side just in case I need to return everything to get some extra cash. The idea was painful to me because I couldn't see anybody wearing that dress as good as me. When I arrived at Goldstein's, my mother was wearing a dress I had seen Aunt Lloyd wear more than a few times. She had a long blonde wig, damn, that also belonged to Aunt Lori, but didn't match my mama's face at all. She put it on to cover the left side of her face. It did cover her scar, but the fashion trade-off was just not worth it. I gave her a kiss. She immediately turned and asked, "Did you get the money?" Yes, Mama, I have enough. Damn, for both of us to go see Santiago, eat some dinner, get you back to Brooklyn. Good, she said, let's go. Don't you have to see Goldstein? I already saw that crazy man. He's talking about I can go see Portia tomorrow, but it'll be a supervised visit. We can't leave the facility with her. These people trying to treat me like I did something wrong, like I'm some type of child molester or pervert or something. Yeah. They processed us at the jail, checked identification, made us take off our shoes, and laughed at the hole in Mama's stocking right at the big toe. They patted us, damn man. They patted us down, frisked us, and escorted us to a bus that took us to the prison waiting room. We signed in a big book, learned my father's prison number, were told to never forget it, and we sat. The room was filled with all kind of women, all ages, and some children, mostly all dressed in what would be their best without 50%, mostly all dressed in what would be their best with about 50 different perfumes, deodorants, and colognes hogging up the air. The carefully stationed guards stood in each corner doing something except making sure we did nothing. There was one big mouth guard coming in from the corridor that led to where the prisoners are. He would come into the room yelling the last name of the prisoner, escort the visitor back, and signal when your time is up. When he finally came in and called out Santiago, my mother got up. So did this young Puerto Rican woman holding a baby. My mother went to the guard and asked, "Are you calling for Ricky, Santiago?" The officer replied, "Yes, ma'am." But both women kept approaching her. I was seated in the chair waiting for Mama to see him. Then I would be next. I checked out the mix up. Mm-mm. I was seated in the chair waiting for Mama to see him. Then I would be next. I checked out the mixed up. mix up. The Puerto Rican girl, I guess, was about 22 years old. She had long jet black hair down to her ass. She was sporting a Donna Karan Paris pantsuit, something to mention because that was the expensive line. Most people could only afford the DKNY line. She had a big diamond ring on the unmarried finger. Her son had on baby Jordans, a Guess jumper, and with a matching hat. He had a gold identification bracelet on his little wrist. The officer held up the hand and said, "Sorry, ladies, there's only one visitor at a time. Now, who's going to be first?" I thought to myself, that's how my son's going to look dipped and paid. My mother said, "I don't know which one of us you're talking to. I'm here to see my husband, Ricky Santiago." The Puerto Rican girl was proud but reserved. She said, "It's okay, officer. I'll wait." My mother blew up, jumped in the girl's face, and said, "What do you mean you'll wait? I'm here to see Ricky Santiago. Who who are you here to see?" "No, it's okay," the lady said, waving her hand so my mother would go away. "What do you mean it's okay?" My mother's face was angry and her twisted mouth was going nonstop. "Who are you going to see? Are you trying to say you're here to see my husband?" The lady stood there blank faced and did not answer. I said, "Who are you here to see?" my mother yelled. The guard jumped in between the two. "Ma'am, it really doesn't matter. The lady said she'll wait. So you come with me and leave her alone." The guard grabbed my mother's arm firmly and led her down the corridor for her visit with Santiago. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something, bitch. I took up all the visits, bitch. Ain't no visits, bitch. Ain't no visits, bitch. Ain't no visits left. Ain't no visits. That nigga had to call me. "They don't come visit me, babe." For what? That's another story for another time. Uh, my investigation started the minute I could no longer see my mother. I went up to the sign up book telling the officer I wanted to make sure I put the right number for my father. I checked the number me and my mother wrote and ran my finger down the row of numbers until I saw Santiago's number written again. I slid my finger across the left side of the page to see the name of the visitor to read Dolce Tresmente. Okay. I approached Miss Dolce slowly, sat in the chair by her, and said, "So you're here to see Ricky Santiago?" She looked into my face nervously and said, "No." But then I saw the oh man baby bracelet in big block letters. It was engraved Ricky Santiago Jr. "You lying bitch. You are to here. You are to see my father. You fucking whore. Don't you come here looking down on my mother like you better than somebody. Look, I didn't say anything to you, so back the fuck off me. I didn't say anything to you, so back the fuck off me." Mm-mm. Sweet little Dolce's 5'2" petite frame turned into a roaring fire, the kind most of the Puerto Rican girls I know have. If she wanted to fight, I was down for that. What I wasn't gonna do was let her post up and act all cute and snotty like she had one up over on me. "We can take this right outside," I said, threatening her. "No, we could do this right here," she said, handing her son to an elderly woman seated next to her. "What you want to do? Come on." The guard from the right corner threw himself in between me and her. He smiled and said, "Ladies, this is a jail. What are you going to do? Kill each other over some behind the bars?" Then Dolce and I both started screaming at him. Hills was wrong said, "I'm gonna put both of you out if you don't shut up. Now you go sit on that side," pointing you on the other side. Me and her exchanged stares. I wanted her to know I would catch her again the next time I would have my razor. Oh shit. Mm-mm. Not the razor, bitch. When I looked at the baby seated on her lap with the jet black curly hair, whose big brown eyes, those clothes, and especially that bracelet, I knew it was my father's son. Mm, mm, Sorry, y'all, I'm dry. Ain't that a bitch? Santiago. I knew he was a fine motherfucker too. We had him a chocolate girl and a Puerto Rican girl. I knew it. He sounded too fine. He was too fine. And I know he was laying pipe all over Brooklyn. It be the niggas with the biggest dicks that just want to share it with the world. Anyway, why do oh, okay, let me stop. I wonder how much money Dolce got away with. I bet nobody raided her house. She probably got all kind of jewels and cash stashed away. Apparently, she still had her clothes too. There was no telling how much of our family wealth she was using up. I became enraged at the idea that she was being taken. I was enraged at the idea that he was taking better care of this little bastard than he was of me, his firstborn. Here I was scheming on survival when she was living a life of luxury. Why? Only because she gave Santiago the son he always wanted. When Mama came from seeing Santiago, she glanced at the baby boy and threw her head up in the air. Oh man. Dolce stood up with the baby, and I guess the old lady was the grandmother or something. They went and stood by one of the guards. Mama asked if I was going in to see my father because I was just sitting there motionless, steaming. Damn, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for the pause, but I just feel so bad for them. No, not hardly. Not today, I told her. Mama straightened Aunt Lori's dress. She pulled out a small mirror, checked her wig. She patted it insecurely. She shot one last look at Dolce, then ran her eyeballs up and down Dolce's clothes, grabbed my head and said, "Come on, Winter." Oh, that's so sad. On the bus ride home, Mama explained that the whole thing was just a crazy mix up. Santiago told her the entire jail was filled with blacks and Latinos, and a lot of inmates had the same last name. It happens all the time, she told me. Don't worry about a thing. I just listened, feeling sorry for my mother. For the first time in my life, I was mad as hell at Santiago. The next morning, I waited in Penn Station for my mama. That is so sad. We we were set to see Portia at the group home in Queens. So much had happened. I am so glad I didn't have that nigga's baby. I mean, I didn't let him get me pregnant. I never been pregnant. I'm so glad because I would be in the same boat right the fuck now today. Like literally right now, today, if I would have had a baby with him, I would literally be her mother, except without the bullet. He got the bullet. Because I was always out. Oh my God, girl. Oh, this is relating too deep. Don't worry about it. Then. I just listened, feeling sorry for my. Okay, so she was mad. The next morning, I waited in Penn Station for my mama. We were set to see Portia at the group home in Queens. So much had happened the day before that I hadn't had much time to think about my sister at all. I decided I would pick up some $5 stuffed animal for her. In Long Island, she had a collection of stuffed animals that Santiago brought for her from every and any place he ever went. At last count, she had 86 stuffed animals. Santiago even had special shelves designed for the animals to sit on. There were three levels that extended across the four walls in all directions. Each stuffed animal was seated in an assigned seat Portia gave them. She had a name for each one of them and knew all of them by heart. Whenever the twins would sneak into her room to play with them, Portia would know because they could never put them back in the right order. I picked up a Winnie the Pooh because Portia always liked him. I checked for the price. The Winnie the Pooh was more than $10. I heard my mother's voice over my shoulder. Yeah, that's perfect for your sister. Yeah, I think she'll like it. I said without turning around. When I looked up, I dropped the bear. Mama was completely bald. Her entire head was shaven clean. Oh my God. No, Mama. She had on a leather mini skirt from Aunt Lori's tasteless wardrobe. Her top was a white learner's type of cheap collection blouse imitation silk. Oh man, on her feet were the unforgivable pay less, buy one, get one free $10 shoes. My what? Oh my God. What did you do? Don't make a big deal out of nothing, she said, playfully slapping my arm. I just decided that this is who I am. You like it? She stood in the middle of the store with her hands thrown up in the air like she was some sort of fashion model. Actually, Winter, these shortcuts are in style now. Get up on it. Come on before we miss the train. Grab the other Winnie the Pooh. I'm sorry, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm sorry. Oh, damn, that's sad. She's having a whole mental breakdown, girl. Damn, now I got all sad. Damn. Grab the other Winnie over there. That one's all dirty. She picked it up and placed it back on the closet shelf. The closest show. On the train ride to Queens, Mama told me how I should move back to Brooklyn. B, her other sister, said I could stay with her, share a room with Bianca, my cousin. For the first time in my life, the idea of going to Brooklyn struck me as the last thing I wanted to do. Portia came out with an attitude. She had her arms folded across her chest like a grown woman. She rolled her eyes. What is wrong with your head, Mama? Did they do that to you in jail? Did the police shave your head like that? Baby, this is high fashion decision straight off the pages of Vogue. Y'all just late with the styles. Don't worry, y'all catch up. So why am I locked up in here and Winter is out with you, Mama? Mama popped her eyeballs out at the supervisor who was there to monitor our visit, as if to say, mind your own business. What are y'all looking at? Intimidated by the bald headed, twisted mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. Twisted mouth, Mama. The supervisor turned her head away slightly. First of all, Mama whispered, leaning over to Portia, this is not Winter. This is Rosie. Portia's eyes widened. What? She asked. Mama placed her four fingers over Portia's mouth and winked while she whispered, do you want them to take your sister away too? Just play along. Call her Rosie. The supervisor cleared her throat. Excuse me, Miss Santiago. Don't do that. My mother stood up and put her hand on her hip. All of you think you can boss me around. This is my baby. I'm talking to her right now. How they treating you, baby? The food sucks. There's no cable, no Sega Genesis. They won't give me the clothes I asked for out of the closet. They won't give me my stuffed animals. Their beds are too small. My counselor's breath stinks, and I'm bored to death. When can I come home with you? My mother clutched Portia's shoulders. Don't worry, baby. Mama's coming to get you. Oh my God. Why isn't her mother getting four jobs and selling pussy? Why is she not selling coochie on the block? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Mama said, but I know she was feeding Portia a dream. Everybody will be there, and we're gonna have a big party. Mommy and Daddy and Winter, Lexi, Mercedes, and Porsche, one big happy family. We'll even have Big Bird and Ernie and Bert. We'll even have Big Bird and Ernie and Bert. Porch flagged her mama hand. I don't even watch them anymore. By the end of our visit, the supervisor had to drag Portia out of the room, kicking, screaming, and crying. She wanted to leave with us. Mama just, Mama jumped the supervisor and fought too. I jumped in because that's the way it goes. We were thrown out with extra security arrived. The supervisor was all torn up. On the train, I tried to talk to Mama. I wanted to understand what was going on with her. She just seemed different to me. For the first time in my life, I was even a little embarrassed by her. I caught myself on the train trying to look like I was alone, with no connection to the bald headed weirdo in the next seat. I would have stayed. I would stare straight ahead, then turn my legs slightly in the opposite direction so people wouldn't think we're sitting together. Mama kept talking to me anyway, making it clear that we were together. Seriously, Mama, why did you cut off your hair? She started to make jokes and I grabbed her arm. No, seriously, why did you cut off your hair? I was just mad. Mad at who? Well, it started with Aunt Lori. She knew I had been wearing this blonde wig because it worked for me. She come talking about she wants to use the blonde wig because it goes with her tiger dress. Bitch, her tiger dress? Oh, bitch. And she's going out to the bar tonight. Now she knows I don't have the money to go to Earlene's right now. And I'm damn sure not about to ask Earlene for no favors. I figured your aunt was trying to be cute by taking the wig away from me. Now she knows I'm not the type to go borrowing things in the first place. So I said I'll fix her. I'll never ask her for no more of her wigs. I'll just cut all my hair off. But now everybody could see your scar and where they operated on you and everything. That's right, she said, smiling. But why? Well, when I was in the mirror at first, trying to style my own hair, I realized I wasn't really going to get no money for no plastic surgery. I might as well be proud. You can't get no respect in Brooklyn being all down on yourself. I was sitting in the living room looking at Aunt Lori's old record albums. I saw that live hoe, Grace Jones. It clicked in my mind, it's a sign. I ran in the bathroom and just cut it all off. Now I'm gonna rock it just like Grace. She don't care what nobody says, and neither do I. For the rest of the ride, we sat in silence. Ugh! It was clear I was gonna have to take my Nicole Miller dress back to the store. I just couldn't spend my last $400 on a new outfit. I return this one, get the money back, and use it to purchase a new one. The upcoming meeting with Midnight was important to me. Everything had to be as perfect as I could make it. If he was successful in locating some of Daddy's money, I still had to break him down so he would at least talk real with me about what we were going to do. He might reject my business arrangement at first, but now that Santiago was locked up, he'd have to make money too, wouldn't he? He couldn't stay speechless and distant toward me forever. I was so jumpy about our meeting the last night. Sterling kept asking, "What's up? What's wrong? What's the matter? It's like you're not even here or something." I smiled sweetly, thinking to myself, "Hey, idiot, I haven't been here since I got here." I can't believe how dumb Sterling is. He sickened me. He wore tight briefs, not boxers. He left small clunks of toothpaste in the sink after he brushed and little droplets of ew. Oh hell no. I wouldn't have been able to do it. That's disgusting. I hate when people leave toothpaste in the sink and when you pee on the toilet, that's just nasty. What did it for me though was the skid marks in his drawers, bitch. That he leaves visible because he's too lazy to put a lid to the laundry pail back on. Worst of all, he reminded me of the bad shape I was in myself being homeless and all. I hated him for it. Sterling only had 100 to $150 a week spare cash on after paying the bills, excuse me. He really ought to have realized he couldn't buy no quality ass for that kind of money. Meanwhile, you there. Friday, it would all be over for him. I would tell him my parents were back from vacation. I'll leave my things in one of his suitcases. He called me later in Long Island. The phone would be disconnected. He would spend the rest of his life trying to figure out where I had disappeared to. Girl, you're delusional. I have the money from midnight. That nigga's a trick. That nigga don't give a fuck about you. Um, I'd have the money from midnight and a little business going on. Hell, maybe midnight would let me chill up in his spot until I could get my place situated. I traded my Nicole Miller outfit easily for a Calvin Klein dress. Things went smooth. There was no sense in the store clerks arguing with a regular customer. Even if they could detect I had already worn the dress, I had time to get my hair touched up as well. Oh my God, as well as my nails. My hair was swept up into a French bun. This girl is making me grouchy. I'm sorry. She had her hair swept up into a French bun, and my skin was perfect, smooth, and clear. My ears held my diamond studs, and I carefully put on my necklace and bracelet. I tried to speculate on exactly how much money Midnight would come back with. I came up with an A budget and B budget. The A budget was if he came with something around 50,000. I would bring money to the lawyer for Santiago, even though I was still mad about Dolce. I would take a couple of $1,000 for an apartment. If I was lucky, I'll find a place big enough so my moms could get my sisters back and we could all chill. The rest of the money would be for me and Midnight's investment. Now, the B budget worked like this. If he came back with $20,000, I paid the lawyer 10, invest 7, and keep 3 for myself. When our investment paid off, then I would worry about everything and everybody else. At 59th and 8th, I sat outside of Central Park near the statue, waited for midnight to arrive. When I spotted his freshly washed black Acura with the gleaming rims coming around the circle, my heart jumped. He pulled up to the curb. Get in. How you doing, Midnight? I asked, real sultry and cool. I was going to be more womanly and in control, I told myself. I'm cool, he said with a little emotion. Well, what did you come up with? Yeah, he said. We can check out that museum. It's only a few blocks over. What? I asked. I knitted my eyebrows together. He raised his hand to cut the conversation short. I was wondering what was going on. I sat quietly, glancing to the left and to the back seat. I caught a glimpse of a suitcase strap. My body filled with panic when I saw Midnight's bags packed. So many different thoughts filled my head. The first one was treachery. Midnight had all the money, all of it, I thought. All the money Santiago had, he had. Now he was going to break me off a little piece, pretend the rest had been stolen, and fly to Colombia or something to hide out. Mm-mm. Midnight must have been down with the other team all along. He sold Daddy out, and that's why he was the only one who didn't get locked up. Now he was dipping out, and not only Santiago, but the other guys too. He had a plan so sweet that he had ended up. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my lip gloss. Ended up with all their cash, and both the other teams got jerked. Girl, you delusional. When I turned sideways and looked at him, I thought he looked so sincere. A new thought came. He was going to show me the money, all of it, and show me the money, all of it, in a yellow business type envelope. No, a briefcase, a black briefcase. Then he was going to say that he and I should go away for a while to regroup, organize ourselves, make some more dough, big money. We would send the money to the lawyer for Santiago, give some to Mama, then we would leave. But then, why didn't he tell me? Why didn't he tell me last minute? I saw him pack. But why would he tell me last minute when I had time to pack my bags? Get out and wait on those steps, Midnight said, interrupting my thoughts. So she's just imagining this shit. Okay, okay. Where are you going? I was worried. I'm going to pull a car around over there where I can park. What's up with the museum? I questioned him after he parked the car. We're not going. Every time this nigga be trying to drop codes on her, she be thinking he's serious. Girl, he ain't about to take you to dinner. He's not gonna take you to the movies. You ain't gonna go to the museum. Y'all gonna take no stroll around the park. None of that. Okay? This is business. Girl, give it a rest. We're not going in there. So why did we come here then? Come on, we'll sit down right over there. He pointed to a table with benches. When I got over there, I noticed nasty blotches of bird shit splattered around. Let's sit over there, I said, directing him to another table with an umbrella surrounding it. Midnight grabbed my arm. I said, sit down here. A little bird shit ain't gonna hurt you. I gotta be able to see my car. I grabbed a little leftover newspaper off the round table to cover the shit on the bench. It took everything I had not to show how aggravated I was. With slight attitude, I asked, so what's up? I don't talk in my car, Midnight whispered. You know, you never know who's listening in. I laughed. Either he had lost his mind in the last 4 days or he's just telling a joke. Everything is fun and games for you, Winter, huh? I got serious then too. I wasn't gonna let him make me feel like a child. So what's all the luggage for? Are you going somewhere? Yeah, I'm leaving. Going where? That's my business. All you need to know is I'm out of here. No, that's not all I need to know, I said, standing up. I need to know what the fuck is up. Santiago said you had his money, and it should be obvious by now that I need to have it. I talked to Santiago. He said he knows what's happened. The money is gone. Even the money he put aside for situations like this is gone. How the fuck could it be gone? Even the money he put away for situations is gone. Somebody he trusted double crossed. The way I see it, he got raided by the street niggas and he got raided by the authorities. Ah! He is, oh, Santiago is raging. The authorities uncovered shit nobody but family should have known. Now niggas is turning state's evidence on Santiago. The shit is bad, real bad. Well, let me ask you something, Midnight. How come you get away smelling like you ain't had shit to do with nothing? How come everybody else is behind bars and you cruising around in your damn Acura like your shit don't stink? Because I'm smart. I figured this day would come. I planned for it. Nothing good lasts too long. I never did no talking to anybody. I never kept no shit in my place. You can't be in this business yapping off at the mouth like a woman. Half the evidence they got on niggas is niggas telling on themselves over the phone and in their cars. The feds is listening in, clocking niggas, recording shit, straight up snooping. Is running around buying too much shit with no reasonable cover to explain where it came from, flashing, making a scene, stupid shit. But a man can't tell another man what to do. You can't teach a man how to humble himself if he don't want to. Every man got to do it his way. I did it my way. It worked out for me. That's it. You trying to say you're a better man than my father? I asked, tears running down my face. Nah, nothing like that, he said. Your father's a smart man. I learned a lot from him. Sometimes a man as smart as your father can see everything in everybody else but can't see himself. Your father was sharp, but sometimes he let women influence him to make moves he knew he shouldn't make. God damn, he's right. Women, are you referring to my mother? For the most part, he said in such a cool way, I wanted to kill him. He said, for the most part, it's your mammy's fault, bitch. Mm-mm. It was, though. It was. You want to know why? Because she just had to have that motherfucking bench. Sometimes, ladies, with all that, I'm a feminist and that woman power shit, sometimes you got to keep it cute and what the fuck on mute. Sometimes niggas is doing shit for a fucking reason. So shut the fuck up. Did Midnight know about Dolce all along? He met with Santiago in Dolce's apartment the same way he met with Santiago in my house. What other secrets was he keeping? Women, he said, as though he was an old man, are emotional. That's why a man got to be strong. Now, emotional women have a way of pushing for what they want and not thinking about how things end up. Sounds to me like you don't even like women. He laughed. I like women, but I like smart women. A smart man never chooses a dumb woman. All she can do is make demands and spend his money and bring him down. Now he was stabbing me. Oh, now he was stabbing me back. He thought I was gonna bring him down. Or maybe he thought Mama brought Santiago down. Any way you look at it was a knife in my stomach and an insult at a diss. I had no time to dwell. I wish that sun was out. I could see my pages. I had no time to dwell on the pain. So I pulled the knife out by saying, "What about me? What am I supposed to do? What did Santiago say for me to do?" Santiago said, "Go back to Brooklyn. It's okay now." "Go back to Brooklyn and do what? Live where?" "Your Aunt B has a spot for you." Santiago worked that out already. The idea of returning to Brooklyn was not with nothing seemed crazy to me. If he set that up. Plus, I didn't. Lori seems ratchet. Ain't B sound like where she need to be? So what? Brooklyn's not good enough for you anymore? He asked. Apparently, it's not good enough for you. That's why you leaving, right? Nah, I live simple. Brooklyn was all right for me. I'm leaving because there's nothing to stay for. The feds would love to catch me slipping or pin some shit on me I didn't even do. They hate to be outsmarted. They ain't got nothing on me. My place was clean, no drugs, no jewels, no money, and they hate it. Rather than sit around and wait for them to cook up something, and them devils will cook something up. What do you say? Rather than sit around waiting for them to cook up something, and them devils will cook something up. I'm out. I'm out like I was never even here. I did time already. The first time was the last time. Anybody try to take me down, we all going out. Right there on the spot in a hell of gunfire. Cause I'm never going back to jail. I'm never going I never wanna go back in there. Never wanna go back there. Hey, shout out to Max B. His words were clear. He said them with such strength I couldn't even front like he was lying or something. But I still wanted to know about the money. Somehow it just didn't seem right that there was no money left. Where was he getting money from? How was he gonna make money? Where was he gonna stay? How you gonna make your dough where you're going? I'm gonna be straight, shorty. Don't worry about me. I got plans. I'm about to uh come into something. Listen, he said, pulling out a white envelope out of his pocket. "This is for you." I looked at it. I knew it had money in it. I exhaled. "Don't be stupid, Winter. Learn how to use that head of yours. Otherwise, you'll end up like everybody else." He said some other stuff, but my mind drifted. How much was in the envelope? I wondered. What would I use it for? What step should I make next? Midnight planted a kiss on my face and snatched away the object of my childhood crush with two little words: "Take care." "Can I come with you?" The words dropped out of my mouth before I could stop them from embarrassing me. "No." "No, why not? I'm not saying I have to be your girl. I'm just thinking if I could roll with you, you might think I'm dumb, but I'm not. I know a lot of shit. I understand. We can put whatever little money we got together and make something out of it. I'm 17 now, I'm not as young as you think." "None of that has nothing to do with it," he said. "Then what is it? What is it?" I asked over and over again. "Let me in on the big secret why you never wanted me. Why is the answer always no with you? Let me know why you would leave me in Brooklyn knowing what's happening with my family. Everybody's gonna find out and you just bouncing like out like it's cool. I already told you I gotta do what I gotta do. What happened to your family ain't no secret. Everybody already knows. You hiding from Natalie and all those silly bitches, and they already know. He grabbed the leftover newspaper from the table beside us. He balled them up in his fist and pushed them in my face. Can't you read? Santiago has been in every newspaper every day. Page 2, page 3, page 4. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Dumb women. You don't even know what's going on around you. If it ain't on the front page, you don't know it. But you know the name of every designer in Bloomingdale's. Hell no, you can't come with me. Your dumb ass ain't bringing me down, not me. Midnight walked away, stood on the steps. Midnight walked away. I stood on the steps crying mad. He drove right past me. I ripped open the envelope. I couldn't believe I was flipping through tens 20s and 50s. The grand total was $3,000. 3,000 measly dollars. What the hell was I supposed to do with that? And the envelope was a business card turned around backwards. Scrawled across the back of the card in neat handwriting, it read, I know you don't like her, but she can help you get your head together. I flipped it to the front, and Sister Soldier's name was on it with an address and a phone number. I sucked my teeth, put the envelope in my pocketbook. Oh man, I want to cry for her. I want to cry for her. Winter, girl. Oh my goodness. Midnight left you in the dust and read you for filth again. That boy, that boy, that boy, hey, that boy Midnight know how to read a bitch, don't he? Don't Midnight make you want to fucking read more books? Midnight make me want to go to college tonight, bitch. Night classes, okay? Okay. No, seriously. Midnight make me want to step my game all the way the fuck up. Like this nigga bodied her real quick though. Did you see that? Oh, who's in the building? Oh, Cuz, Leisha, Andrea, Robo Bear. Oh man. So let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. He summed it up. And that's ill how Midnight summed both of them up at the end of the 7th chapter. Isn't that fucking ill? And that's true. That's fucking true. They are dumb women, but at no fault of their own. Is it? Like, we can't be like women's rights and not acknowledge the position that they was put in as women. Like, we got to acknowledge that. Like, a lot of women, like, for example, I just watched that last Medea movie about the funeral. When the wife, the hut, I don't know if y'all saw it, but it's on that. Where did I watch it? Hulu. It's on Hulu. Watch that movie. The mama, I'm about to give you a whole bunch of I'm about to destroy the movie. So, but I think you should watch it because it's hilarious. The mom Dukes married the dad when she was like really young. I'm imagining 1920, right? Shit about nothing at that age, for real, for real. Even if you're balling, even if you started a business, it's just certain life skills and experiences that you have to have that you just don't know when you're 19, 20, 21, right? So anyway, she married this fool. Helly done squeezed out 3 of his kids. Now this is in, like, the 80s. Now mind you, a woman getting her husband prosecuted on domestic violence and rape and shit was just passed in 84. So that's literally when I was born. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just fucking, that's not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? So that means our mothers, right? If anybody's older than me, your mama, if your dad hit your mom, depending on the cop, if you call the police, and one of the motherfucking thing that they could do, because women, the women were like kind of seen like as property or whatnot. So I appreciate the women's rights in that regard. But what was my point? But anyway, she married him hella young, ended up cheating on her. She took the kids and was out. She didn't have no life skills. She really couldn't get no job or no shit like that because she married him out of high school. That's what it was. She didn't have none of that. So she ended up going to his business and trying to get back together. And back in the day, a lot of the times the women's mindset was really dependent on the man because he really provided in those times, like really actually provided for the women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually provided, you know what I mean? Made sure that women had somewhere to stay, food, clothes, all of that, like the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like for the time frame that this is set in, they're on the back of that. They're on the ass back of that type of thinking, that type of generation. Like, I'm the man, you stay home, you take care of the kids, I get this money, and la la la. And don't ask no questions. I'm gonna hold you down, I'm gonna get you together. And if the nigga's word is gone, you know what I'm saying? What woman is really gonna be asking all those questions like that if she's extremely well taken care of? You feel what I'm saying? And so it's not like the women of now. What you doing? Where you at? What you do? FaceTime me, nigga. I don't believe you. Like, it's none of that action. It wasn't no drug dealer movies. They living in the drug dealer movies. Okay, they are the drug dealer movies. Like, this book is the Rick Ross. Okay, this movie is the Scarface. Okay, this book is that. So he is that example. So he's not coming. You know what I'm saying? So she's still listening to disco at her birthday, at her parties that she's throwing at the mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like, they doing coke, they having a, you know what I'm saying? You could tell by the description of how her father and her mother dressed. This nigga wearing linen pantsuits and Stacey Adams and shit. Like, them is the kind of niggas that like really dress up. They not like the Daisies and wearing the baggy jeans and the fitteds. You know what I'm saying? They not them niggas. They women really got dressed. They niggas really got like for real dress. Not our version of getting dressed. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, not only that, her daughter, she's kind of groomed her daughter that way in this new era of women. And mind you, Winter is not even in school. Like, so she's not in school. She doesn't really have any true social skills or social cues in regard to normal society, right? All her social cues are based off of like project norms, which isn't the norms everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna be by no street code every single fucking place you ever go, every fucking where. You feel me? And then it's that mixed with a whole lot of money thrown on top. You know what I'm saying? It's like the project bitch mentality with racks. It's like a Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? At a young age. Like, I'm gonna get mine, not really understanding what the fuck is going on around her. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how lost in the sauce and how disconnected she is. And it's kind of weird because she kind of has this like project mindset, but almost like a suburban experience and outlook. And what do I mean by that? Most kids from the suburbs can't really, like, she got $3,000. She's like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? Give a bitch from the hood some shit like that. Like, really, really, really from the hood. Not like her version of from the hood. Her version from the hood is wearing diamonds and shit like that. You feel me? And just being kind of like, her mama ratchet. Like, she ratchet. They ratchet. You know what I'm saying? The ratchet and spoiled. And when you put ratchet and spoiled together, that's just not good. Just like her mom Dukes with that fucking Benz, man. With that fucking Benz, making those big ass purchases with no way of putting up a front, no way to clean the money, none of that. You're gonna buy me this motherfucking Benz today. Whoopty whoop 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 whoop. Like, you feel me? I don't know. Her mom is just mad loud and ratchet. And when you moving like that, you can't move like that. You could barely have friends. This bitch is throwing parties every other weekend because she bored. You know what I'm saying? And then because you mad, you throwing a hissy fit. You make yourself ride with this nigga after he done told you what the fuck goes on. But then I'm just imagining, right? What would have really gone on if he had made those, if he made that drop on his dolo, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't get blasted. How fucked up they really would have been if he was completely out the picture. What would that mental breakdown actually be like? It probably would have been worse. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think her mama on the way to smoking rocks. I mean, it's just so incredibly fucking sad. And then me always supporting the bad guy, right? You know, I don't know. I root for the bad guy because here it is. He's going hard. He risking his life. Yeah, what he doing wrong, but he's doing good by his family. You know what I'm saying? In the way that he can. He just like fine bitches, apparently. That's all that it is. And what manhood means is not gonna move that. If any woman, I don't give a fuck if this nigga owns a bakery, bitch, and he make good money, there's gonna be a bitch ready to throw that ass in the circle for some muffins, bitch. I don't give a fuck. And that nigga is gonna do it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not one of those ones. Yes, maybe niggas, there's some loyal niggas, whatever out there, black, white, Mexican, whatever, right? But I'm just under the certain belief that depending on the kind of nigga or the kind of man you fucking with, they're gonna cheat. I don't give a fuck. I think all men cheat. I don't necessarily think of it as a bad thing, but I'm wired a little different. Okay. I just think it's unrealistic for a woman to think that he's not gonna cheat. I just think it's not reality. Um, so anyway, with now she's been living this luxurious life, getting her hair and nails done, shopping it up with the illest, all like, oh my God, that is so tragic. And here it is in the midst of you, like, think of her mother, which I still don't know her mama's name. Her name is just Mama. Listen what Mom Dukes just went through. Let's go through this right quick. Mom Dukes. She got blasted in the face. Now here she is. She's spoiled. She went her way. Santiago made her, raised her that way, basically. They've been together hella long. She had Winter when she was 14. That indicates to me they was fucking around before she was 14. So they had to know each other from way back. The way that the love was discussed about, you know what I'm saying, the way the relationship was described indicates to me they really actually loved each other, right? So here it is, right? You guys finally made it out the projects, okay? Even though you kind of don't like it, you doing what your husband said, and he's promising you this car. He probably done fucked up and did something that we don't know. So you're gonna make this nigga get this car. So then you get blasted in the fucking face. Like, for any woman, that's got to be um so fucked up. My best friend got her face burnt, and she, rest in peace, Nikki, but she took her, she still, you know what I'm saying? Blasted in the face. Then you barely recovering from that. Okay. Mind you, you a young ass mama. You done squeezed out four, the twins, Portia and Winter. You done squeezed out four of this nigga's babies. You've been having babies since you was 14. You only, what, 17 years? They've been married 16 years. So what, you 30 now? So your mindset is stunted, right? So the nigga you depended on for everything is locked. Okay? You barely have access to anything. They take away all your money. You know what I'm saying? They take your car, your clothes, your house, and you're used to having the best of everything. Like, of course she fucking went crazy and shaved her fucking head off. Then not only that, mind you, this is all in the same fucking couple months. This is a couple months, not even really weeks, not even really, yeah. This is all in a couple months. Then your nigga get locked. Your only source of income. You have zero life skills. Your life skills include staying cute, being on mute, and looking up for the next outfit and stunting on these hoes because you a bad bitch. That's your life skills, bitch, right? And then they take all your kids away. Your kids is gone. Of course she shaved her fucking head bald. I'm surprised she ain't already shooting up heroin. Cause I don't know if a bitch like me would have been able to take that shit. Okay, I had a little crisis when my nigga just did a couple of months, bitch. Okay, let alone forever. You take my kids, you take my house, you take our cars that we work so hard for. You take everything away. I can't even go in my house and get anything, nothing, girl. Then Santiago, imagine him losing everything. All the niggas get locked. Yo, I would be looking for the nigga who. But anyway, this nigga, he's just watching everything be taken away. Ain't a motherfucking thing that he could do besides do his best to set it up. But he got his other shorty around the way. You know what I'm saying? That's probably holding him down. You know, especially with Santiago Jr. She's probably going to be the only one that sticks around because and then how heartbreaking. You're going to go see your husband. You've been through all this shit. You don't got shit. Your kids is fucking gone. You're basically homeless. You don't got no gear. Your daughter done stole your fucking money. Okay, bitch. She should have had a tighter hold on her daughter though. That's what I think. Cause ain't no way that little bitch would have took anything from me. Number one. Number two. Then you gonna go see your nigga. You in these dusty ass, cheap ass clothes, and then you see a new little bitch, face perfectly fine, no scars, no scratches, that didn't wasn't, she got blasted in the face, yo. And then she's super cute. She's in Donna Karen and got a son that he always wanted. Lil Ricky Jr. Bitch. Throw me away. Cause bitch, I would be no good. You know what I would have had said to my daughter in that moment? Find your way, baby. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna make it, bitch. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have not been. And it sounds like to me, her mama ain't able to do it either, bitch. Her mama ain't able to do it either. And Winter is just so stuck in survival mode that she can't see anything outside herself. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so sad. I feel it's and I really kind of wish Midnight didn't read her like that. But maybe somebody had to kind of like give her a little bit of a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to give her that reality check. But at the same time, it's not her fucking fault. She was raised up like that. She's not intentionally being a piece of shit. This, if he really took the time to chop it up with her, like this bitch be plotting and scheming and coming up with shit hella quick on her little fast ass pose. Okay, and with the right molding, she could really be somebody else. And then we got Portia, the little 8-year-old. She's 8, not even having the full understanding. Her perspective is so skewed. All she knows is these bad police came and messed up my life and took my family away from me. And I'm in this bad, stinky, smelly place with this terrible food. Where's my sisters? Where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? That's all she knows. What's wrong with my mama's face? Why my mama bald head? Like, She just got a slew of questions. And then the 5-year-old twins, you know, they're 5 years old. All they're really like is like, mommy, daddy, where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so sad how that just that family is just so destroyed and so fucked up. But Midnight did put her on the game with the Sister Soldier card. I just don't think she know. And 3 racks, even if she didn't want to fuck with Sister Soldier. But I'm shit. If she would have, the way I see Sister Soldier right now, in my grown ass age, if I had 3 racks in a dream, I'd be like, yo, Sister Soldier, I got 3 racks in the dream. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? I feel like hitting her up right now. Yo, Sister Soldier, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I got in a dream. Can you help me out? Like, bitch. You know, but I feel like, but then when we read Midnight's book, it's a love story. It has nothing to do with this book. Now that I'm comparing it. When we read that book, y'all gonna see what kind of man he is, his background that he comes from. He's just a real serious dude, which is so sexy. But anyway, I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like he was a little bit too hard on her. And the way that he looks at I'm gonna give y'all a little spoiler. The way that because Midnight's from Africa, born and bred, he was sent on a mission. The way that he looks at American people and our lifestyles, especially Black Americans, the way that we move, he don't really fuck with that kind of shit. He's not with all that loud ass tacky shit. You know what I'm saying? He's just not with it. So when he sees it, he can't fuck with it because he's not that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I think my parents had their fights before I came in the picture, but we never seen or heard them fight or argue. Yes, it's and she never paid a bill. Yes, it was that time. My mom would work for her pocket money. She got tired of asking for and never paid a bill. Yeah, neither has my mom. I mean, my mom was a housewife most of my life, but when it's time to jump in, I mean, my mom did go to school. She went to art school. She took a technical class. She when it's time to jump in, she knew what to do. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, she was a housewife. But what I know for sure is men are not gonna want a housewife who is not gonna be able to add anything to the fucking equation. You know what I'm saying? Like when they was getting on that white girl about how she does all that stuff for her husband. I mean, bitch, what? I mean, you ain't doing shit else. I mean, I don't know. Yes, it was yep, like a stylish dress to go to places. I tend to do that myself, all dressed up to go nowhere. Did she learn her on her own and nobody told her what? Right. I don't know how she would learn on her own because first of all, she's only 17. Second, she don't go to school. You know what I'm saying? When you become so dependent on a man husband, then when he's gone or leaves, what to do now. My mom didn't know how to pay electric bills. Um, well, I think we kind of got like a modernized version. Because my mom handled all of the bills. But my mom is good with money. You know what I'm saying? Like even when she was working, she was a bank teller. You know what I'm saying? Um, but she went to school she also went to school cosmetology. She went to school for nails. Um, like my mama's nails been on fleek my whole existence, nigga. That's 36 years of dedication. Like, but she went to school for several different things. She always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and she did that. You know what I'm saying? Like she had her little bag, but her vision of the lifestyle that she wanted, and she expressed it all the time, is she wanted to have a lot of kids and she wanted to be a housewife. Now, part of that's kind of ugly, but because we ain't gonna act like we peachy keen. There's reasons why, I was raised by my father most of my life, but I luckily, before I became an adult woman, I got to see that side. Um, yeah, he was probably her first at 14 having his baby. Yeah. I think they must have been some like neighborhood childhood lovers or something like that. Right. I'll be straight jacket upside down in the padded room, swinging from the rafters with one of the straps, hair all over the place. Girl, what you said? Hoo-hoo-hoo. I would be like, I told him, don't feed that baby no swine. Name that movie. Yep, with some kind of guidance would go a long way for her. Somebody take her under her wing. He was strict, no filter type. Yeah, I mean that's really how he is. So that makes the difference. Being more than just stay at home mother, I think it hurt her in the end. I think it hurt her in the end is because I don't think she was really prepared for that. I think they didn't think that anything. I'm not sure. I think Santiago was really so much in that masculine role that, and then especially like the time frame. If I'm thinking of the right time frame, I mean, even as far as the early '90s, like I feel like, let's see, let's take a look. Did she put the year? If I'm thinking it's the time frame that it is, then it makes sense. He's just making all the preparation, kind of like Goodfellas, right? Like Goodfellas. Y'all remember that movie? Okay, I came busting out my mama's big coochie on January um 28th, 1977. Boom, right there. So in 1977, that's right at the beginning of the crack epidemic right there. It was in the full midst of the action. So 94. So it had to be 94. So they was living it up. So if she was 14 in 77. You feel what I'm saying? All those years, 16 years, is 1994. They have been, look, they was bugging nights, like, you know what I'm saying? They was really like leaving the disco into the 80s, into the early 90s, just like I thought. So with that being the time frame, they are the Rick Rosses, they are the Scarfaces, they are the Nino Browns. They are that example. This is the example of that. They are the stories from Paid in Full. They are, you know what I'm saying? They are those drug dealer movies. Okay, they're living it. They didn't have the examples. They are the examples. And when we look at some of our examples around the hood, a lot of them used to be the shit back in the day. But when they got older, they just lost it all. Some of them turned into crackheads. And we looking at them like, nigga, no, you didn't. And really, they was really like the man or the woman back in the day, or the girl was really like with that ill ass nigga back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But they all old and cursy, and we look at them like, girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just so deep and disheartening. You really hope the bad guy wins because really all he wants is some money and to live a nice life, a good life, have a nice house, a nice car. Like his intentions are good, but it reminds me of that Nina Simone. Lord, I'm just a soul that is just so good. Lord, don't let me be misunderstood. It's just so depressing. It is so sad. Midnight done jetted off with the Asian bitch. Another spoiler. Done jetted off with the Asian bitch. Don't even know how to speak English, and they in love. What kind of shit is that? Compared to the day that was so innocent. I mean, here's the thing. It is innocent because back then mm, how do I like to put it? It is innocent, but now niggas are knowing the consequences and taking penitentiary chances intentionally, not knowing that it's actually a setup. But I mean, and even if they do know it's a setup and they on their midnight shit, right? Like midnight the character. I don't know. A lot of niggas want to be the Jay-Z's and you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas want to be that, but they can't. It takes a certain kind of mind, you know what I'm saying? And if those jakes want to clink you, then they're gonna clink you. I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Look what they did to Rick Ross, but all the while the CIA and FBI was using him as a pawn. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's been glorified. And we can't say hood movies are to blame. I think we missed the message in the hood movies. We watch these hood movies because in the 90s especially, we were just so surprised to see an accurate depiction of what it is that we were living in. And it's like, yeah. And then some niggas was just like, I'm gonna get my money like Nino Brown, totally missing the point. Even the intro, the theme song to that, For the Love of Money, that remix with Gerald Levert and Queen Latifah was about not doing that. The message at the end of the movie was about not being that. You know what I'm saying? But what did niggas do? They put the black turtleneck on and the black pants and the chain outside the turtleneck and walk a Rottweiler talking about some sit your $5 ass down before I make change. They want to imitate the drug dealers and not take the lesson. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need more imagery, like cool black man imagery. That's why for me, once I started to feel like I don't want to be with the gangsters and the drug dealers no more, I started guiding my eyes towards like the black dynamites of the world or the Chadwick Bosemans of the world. That's still very masculine warrior type energy, right? But directed and guided in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's channeled correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because I've loved Chadwick Boseman since he played motherfucking James Brown. That's when I fell in love with him, girl. Because James Brown just exudes. Even though I'm not attracted to James Brown, I'm attracted to Chadwick because his body type and what he looks like. But it's that masculine energy, and I'm trying to, there's nothing wrong with loving that. What I'm learning is I think in our community with these drug dealers and gangsters, it's just misguided masculinity. If we were in the times of old, they would literally be our soldiers. They would literally be the warriors of our tribe. If we were living in the tribal days, they would be the ones with the weapons. You know what I'm saying? Practicing and doing all that shit, training and all that. We would be getting the huts, getting the food, getting it together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's nothing wrong with loving that masculine energy. It's just misguided. Yeah, that gangster shit, that thug shit, that hard shit. Bitches love that shit because they want to be. We naturally. I'm talking in slang terms. I'm not just saying, oh yeah, we are bitches. I'm like, bitch, just talking regular, right? I'm just saying we want to feel like protected, provided for, and cared for. I feel that's how most of us. I feel and I might be wrong because we got women that be like, I don't need a man and whoopie school. I don't talk like that, bitch. Okay, I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. I need a man. I can't fuck myself. Okay, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, we just want to feel protected. I think it's our natural inclination to feel protected. And there's without a doubt, that if a nigga is really about his shit, he thinks that he hard and he handle his shit, he will fuck a nigga up for fucking with his girl wife or etc. Okay? And I think that's what we're attracted to. And the provider, we know for sure this nigga getting money for sure. We know we ain't got to worry about shit when we fucking with him, right? But all the ratchets and shit, so it goes both ways. Even on the women's side, we got these ratchet ass hoe ass bitches, right? That would get these niggas and be mad disrespectful, mad secretive, mad deceitful, and fucking around texting all these other niggas and cheating and shit. You know what I'm saying? And doing just ratchet ass bitch shit. And then no, yes, it's a double standard. It is a double standard. You know why? Because we're meant to be more virtuous than men. And I believe in that. And maybe we could have a discussion about that. But that's just what I think. I think old school, and it is what it is. Hate it or love it. That's my mindset. You could tell if it's real because when that pressure gets applied, that's when you know. When that pressure comes and that nigga start acting all bitch made, that's when you know. You start hearing that, how much it costs. That's when you know the money funny. And that's when I shows my black ass. Oh, that should be a story time. I should make a story time about my date. How I be flashing on niggas. That's the only time I flash. Don't get out of pocket. But I'm about to wrap this up, girl. It's 9 o'clock. I need a provider because I saw my dad do it. So that's what I expect from my man, husband, etc. Yes, but it has to be real for me. You can tell it's real or fake acting. Yes. Did I now what did I see with my father? With my mother and father's dynamic. With my mother and father, I think my father, my actual father, um, I think he was more he wanted a woman that worked and got money. And I felt like he believed that, you know, I think for their situation when they were coming up, I think that he, without divulging too much of my parents' shit, I think that he wanted to build together. And I think my stepfather, but my dad, well, no, my dad's parents, my grandma and my grandfather worked. So my grandmother was a nurse and shit, and my grandmother just went hard. But that's just how she was, though. You know what I'm saying? Some women just really ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Some women is just like one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the conflict came. And I think my mom wanted a particular lifestyle. And I think they might have clashed in that area amongst other things. I don't know. But I know when she found my stepfather, I know from that example, um, that was more fitting because they both wanted those traditional roles. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother solely stays at home unless we need to, it's Christmas time or we got a birthday coming up or somebody's prom is popping up. You know what I'm saying? Like huge things, my mom would pull up and bring that money home, okay? But he didn't like her working like that. He wanted her to stay at home. And that's how his parents were. You know what I'm saying? His parents, his mother stayed at home and his father provided. That was that. I kind of cultivated this remix because I had my aunties were the mothers in my life, right? So like Miss Sublett, for example, she worked from home and she was our babysitter, but she had like 10 kids in there and she got to work from the crib while taking care of her kids. And Mr. Sublett went out and got the money. You know what I'm saying? But they were still building together while she still got to stay in her role. But she really didn't have to work if she didn't want to work. But that's what she wanted to do because she loved kids and she loved us very much. And like my auntie Cheryl and my auntie Nina, they go to work, you know what I'm saying, all day, come home, chef up a meal, in they business clothes, okay, and asking how everybody day is, okay. So I got that remix there. So what I wish for myself is that work for home action, invest in my dreams because that's what I want. But I do want a man who's like, you ain't gotta work, you ain't gotta do none of that shit, and we straight. If you shut everything down today, we're good, okay? And I won't feel no kind of motherfucking ways. I would be so glad that you at home with my black ass, that dude, because I'm just not a team player all like that. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm not a team player all like that. I don't want to feel like, oh my God, let me carry us on our back. And I feel like the only motherfucker who could stay at home after the last couple things that I done went through these last couple of years, the only motherfucker that can stay at home is me. Period. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm not with the new shit. None of that. So I feel like it's time for me to get off of here because I feel like I'm telling too much of my business. But I do feel like you have to be a lifelong student. You have to read. You got to be like up to par with current events. I just feel like you just can't be some cute little bonehead. And I think that's where me and my ex kind of bumped heads. He didn't want me to go to school. You feel what I'm saying? He wanted me to stay in this docile dummy position. And my personality is just not like that. So it was never going to work. I used to tell him all the time, what you want to be, a rich dummy? Like so you just need a dumb bitch. That's what you need. You need a dumb girl you could bark around shit to and everything be all fucked up. Because I know what kind of nigga you are. So, and I think that that is the balance there. You know what I'm saying? If a man is willing to receive it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm rambling or not, but I feel like we as women gotta analyze the kind. I think the lesson, especially out of what I'm getting from this book, is the lesson is learning from Winter's mother is you need to analyze what kind of man you got. No matter if he make drops, sell rocks, is a cop, you know, if he fucking is a chef, if no matter what the fuck this nigga do, I think if he works in a factory, okay, if he's an engineer, if he's an electrician, if he's a plumber, okay, if he runs his own business, if he runs multiple businesses, okay, if he's a pimp, okay, because that's out there too, okay, if he's a doctor, if he's a distinguished gentleman of sorts, okay, I think you need to analyze what kind of man you committed yourself to and act fucking accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And you can always get your revenge if that nigga's out of pocket in the way you need to. There ain't no need to bust out no windows and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, in this regard to the street hustler, right? The hustler who's came up and whatnot. I'm sorry, Taco. Watch out. For the nigga that's come up and shit like that, I think that they would need a woman who is more focused. And I think that's why Midnight said what he said. If her mother was a smart woman, she would have already had her stash set to the side to ensure that her and her girls was going to be okay. Instead of spending, like, look at the shit that I keep wanting to call her New York. Look at the shit that Winter is doing. She's only got $500 to her name, or $1,000 to her name, and she takes 700 of it and goes spend it on a haircut and one ass outfit. You know what I'm saying? So if her mom had any fucking sense, she would have also been preparing for rainy days as well. You see what I'm saying? Because what if everything gets fucked up? It's that what if. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, what if he got laid out? What if he got shot? If this nigga ain't making no moves, then how you getting money? You feel what I'm saying? So you're not even putting money to the side for. I don't know. I just felt like with the nigga that I was fucking with, I can only speak for myself because it gives a better example. With me fucking with the nigga that I was fucking with, I knew I could see things that he couldn't see. Like, I don't trust that nigga. That nigga's on some bullshit, right? Or this nigga, he's getting locked. He's doing crash dummy shit right now. Let me put these couple racks to the side right quick. And when the bullshit hit the fan, we was always on deck. And he be wondering where the fuck you get that money from, babe? Because you're a crash dummy sometimes. And I gotta make sure we on deck because you feel like you missed the big stuff and your shit don't stink. And like you can't get laid out. Look at you, fucked up. And who's on deck rescuing the day? Me. Until you can make moves. I'm just saying. I think that's the lesson. Analyze your niggas so you know how to move. That's the lesson. Well, anyway, I'm about to be out. We've been on here 3 hours. I didn't expect to do that. I need to go get a walk in while I can. So thank you for coming through. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the medical apartheid. I forgot what chapter we're on, but it's getting crazy. Oh, we're gonna talk about the Tuskegee Airmen. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I might do it early again. So maybe between 6:30. It just depends. All right. Thanks for sliding through. Peace, love, and hair grease and all that jazz. Share if you care, share if you dare. I need y'all support. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Share if you care, share if you dare, especially if you're a Care Bear. I'm out. Peace.